I should have known you were going to have a drink.
Do I need a pop filter? I don't need a pop filter. It's here. I just don't want to fold it over, and then it means the microphone's further away, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Should you have a drink or should I have a drink? I'll have a drink. So, sir.
Can I have a drink too?
Mm-hmm.
I like how you have to emphasize the...
Everyone listening, have a drink of whatever. Make sure to
Not
drink.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a drinking and driving disclaimer. I'm like, well, no, don't need that.
I didn't say drink what. I just said have a
Yeah.
drink.
If you already have that in the car with you, you already made a bad decision before the positive thing. So.
You can't blame that on us. So,
No.
How's life?
I don't know. Busy.
It's been very busy.
Yeah, my camera is not pointed correctly. That's better.
Good audio.
Again, awesome audio people.
Man, I had a very busy weekend. I don't know about you.
Pretty busy, yeah. I'm tired. It's a long weekend for us right now too.
Yeah. So we're recording this obviously early because Josh is bad at planning. For some reason, I thought the first was this Thursday, but it's not. It's next Thursday. So in my mind, I was just like, "Oh, I gotta talk to Derek. We gotta record this week or this weekend." So, yeah.
You sound like you're a little bit gain high. Perhaps.
Am I?
A little
Okay.
bit. Not
I'll push
terrible,
this.
just a
I'll
little.
push it away.
Okay. All right. My weekend's been busy as well. So yesterday we did cut up some trees in my mother-in-law's property, or she was getting a fence replaced, and trees are in the way apparently. And my wife went over and cut the trees down, and then started cutting them up. And then I was supposed to help that day, but I was sick, which is another one of my things to talk about. But it's not all to say.
Conveniently sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So conveniently sick for a whole week.
Sounds
So-
suspicious.
So yesterday I went over and helped my wife finish cutting up the trees, and then we brought home the wood, and then the kids were like, well, let's have a fire. So we had a fire last night. The kids stayed up late because fire, and then of course I had to get another movie watched just to make sure Josh looks bad.
Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. There's gonna be lots of Josh looking bad.
Well, there's a chance that you could make me look bad, so that I might as well watch another one.
Very unlikely.
Well, you never know, but so we watched a movie last night. We'll talk about that later. But
We'll get there.
Today we went to, I slept in. Then we went to garage sales in New Dundee, which was having townwide garage sale today on a holiday Monday.
Yeah.
They do that every year on this holiday Monday. But it's a lot of walking out there.
It is.
And then also struggle to park. So when you park, you don't want to have to move your car and find somewhere else to park. So you just keep walking.
Yep.
And the kids want to play in the park there because they have a good park there. So
Yeah. Did you find anything at the garage sale?
we found lots of things. I found 2 VHS tapes.
How many things did you buy?
I found 2
Okay.
VHS tapes. One of them says Bugs Bunny and Tweety, 4 hours.
Oh, lovely.
So I'm hoping that's recorded off TV. Because if that's recorded off something else, that'd be annoying, like a DVD or something, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
But I went to that garage sale. It was the first one where they had recorded VHS tapes. And I asked how much they were for the recorded VHS tapes. And he says, oh, you were just here. And I'm like, no, I wasn't. He says, yeah, you were. You were just asking about recorded VHS tapes? I'm like, no. I just was, but that's not I wasn't just here. He's like,
Yeah.
well, somebody just came before you. They said he has a YouTube channel. He posts the commercials on the YouTube channel. And I'm like, oh my God. And he
It's
just
happening.
grabs like 8 tapes. I'm like,
Everybody's
oh,
there. Yeah.
oh,
Everybody's
man.
into it now. You started a trend. No, not you, but
Well, I did start it in 2012, but but yeah. So he left some behind. Yeah,
so how much were the tapes?
they were $1 each, which is ridiculous. But I just
Yeah.
figured I'd try it. One of them's unlabeled completely, and the other one says, "Oh no, it's not unlabeled. It says I don't even know what this
It's got
is.
top label?
This is, yeah, L Rose, September 29th, 96. Let's sing again. I don't know.
Who knows?
Like music? I don't know. I should Google it like right now.
Of course, right now, yeah.
Let's Sing Again. It comes up. Louise Rose, Alone Together. I don't know what this is.
TV special.
Let's Sing It Again on Vision TV. Maybe. Something like that.
Someone's already recorded it off VHS and posted it.
This is a recording from VHS onto VHS, onto the internet, and then back to VHS. No.
It's the new niche.
I have a story about that too, actually. My son has that new tape player or DVD, sorry, CD, God, TV VCR combo.
Yeah.
In
We
his
knew
room
it.
now. So
Yeah.
he said, "Could you get me the Mario movie on that?" I'm like, "Well, actually." So I downsampled the Mario movie to 4:3 and 480p and recorded it onto a VHS tape for him to watch in his room.
Perfect.
And I did the same with the Sonic movie.
How does it look?
It looks actually not bad.
Nice.
Other than I didn't do the black bars at top and bottom. Instead, I
Yeah.
cropped it.
Okay, so you got the
part of the scene's cut out, but
yeah,
it's
whatever.
not bad.
Kids'
it was
imagination will fill it in.
memorized. Yeah. Yep.
That's cool. And you wonder who's going to come across that tape in like 20 years. Be
Right.
like, what the heck? How did they do this?
And why?
And why? Just because. I think that will be the new niche, actually.
That's what I mean, right?
Yeah. I think we got an
take some
episode title.
I should take some TikTok. Just scroll TikTok for 5 hours and record it all to tape.
Yeah. You
That'd be
should.
hilarious.
We've got our episode title, the new niche. I gotta post it ready to go.
You do,
See?
yeah.
Yeah. Not only to mark down swears, which I'm not doing anymore. But yeah, podcast titles are very hard to come up with last minute. So
Yeah.
sometimes I'm good at them.
Bump my
Whoa,
mic.
whoa.
I thought, hey, wait, maybe if you're not too loud, I just have the volume too high. So I turned the volume down, but on the way up, I bumped my mic.
Perfect. Yeah. I was also at New Dundee.
No, it's definitely your voice. You're definitely
Oh, I'm just loud, okay? I gotta know which way.
Your
Am I-
gain's too high.
How's that? Is that better or worse?
That sounds better.
Okay, we'll leave it there.
You were also in New Dundee?
I was in New Dundee.
What time were
Not
you there?
today, though. Last night.
Okay.
Because they had fireworks.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So,
we did discuss this when you came over.
shortly. Whoa, spoilers. Yeah, so we went to New Dundee last night because it's Victoria Day weekend, so they had a fireworks display. They had they had like food trucks there and like a little fair with rides, a little vendor area and stuff. So, but yeah, they had the ride set up on a baseball diamond. So that's where we went. We got there about, I think it ran from like 4 until like, I don't know, 10 o'clock or something like that. So we got there at like 4:30, 4:45. We got in line and we just bought basically wristbands for the kids so they can go on the rides. It's unlimited if you buy the wristband. Otherwise it's per ticket. And it's like if each kid wanted to ride all the rides, it was going to be I think it was $40 basically. But if you buy a bracelet, it's $25 each and they can ride all the rides as many times as they want.
Yeah.
So I'm like, obviously they're pricing this so that you just buy the wristband. So
Yes.
we caved. We just bought the wristband, set them up, which I'm glad we did because it just made things a whole lot easier. We weren't trying to count tickets, and so we went with some friends, and so we basically did like the bunny hop method where one parent gets in line with the kids and the other parent gets in line for the other ride that we want to do.
Oh.
And then when they're done the ride, they come and join the other parent, and then the other parent goes and gets in line for the next ride to try to like. And everybody was doing it. It's not just us. Everybody was doing it because otherwise you'd never get anywhere.
That's ridiculous.
It was.
It's ridiculous that that's necessary.
It
How many
is.
people were there? Like the garage sales were ridiculously busy.
There were thousands of people
crazy.
there. There were thousands of people there.
Oh, God.
It was way too many. I don't think they expected near as many people as they could, but we advertise fireworks and there's not a lot of fireworks happening in our region right now.
Yeah.
Everybody shows up. So parking was crazy. My wife and 2 friends went to go get food, and me and another mom and the 4 kids were just doing the rides. And so while they were in line for food for 2 hours just to get hot dogs and sausages. So they were not
What
expecting
was the
the amount of
price
people.
like on those hot dogs?
We spent like $30.
How much was one hot dog? Do you remember?
I don't know. I didn't pay
because
for
you
it. My
didn't buy
wife
it,
did.
okay. Because
I
they were
was with the
selling hot
kids.
dogs at the garage sales too.
Oh, were
Like
they?
you'd go to a
Probably
house and there'd be a
cheaper.
dude with the barbecue out on the lawn at the
Yeah.
front selling hot dogs for $2.50 each.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's not great. Cynthia was complaining. She's like, "You get a whole pack of hot dogs for that price."
Yeah, well, supply and demand. You're not at home.
His price was higher than anybody else. His pop was $1.50 and his hot dogs were $2.50. Everybody else was at $1 and $2.
Yeah, that's what I would have been at, $1, $2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, but yeah, it was. I mean, the fireworks were good. Right, I think so the fireworks started at 9:30. At 9:00, they turned on the baseball like outfield lights where we were all sitting to watch the fireworks.
Okay.
And so right up until the fireworks happened, we're like, are they shutting these lights off for the fireworks? Because if they're not, we're looking up into floodlights, and this is not going to be
good.
great.
Yeah.
So about like they set off one like test firework, and then they shut the lights off. We're like, oh, thank God. There was a round of applause because everyone was just like, we do not want to deal with this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we bought like sausages and hot dogs, ate them. There wasn't a lot of food, so some of us are still hungry. But if you wanted to get in line for more food, like again, you're gonna be in line for like 2 hours to get food. There was one snack shop, but the line for it was all the way across the Ball Diamond and almost back. So you know what you get through that in time, and they're like just taking their sweet time doing everything, right? Like they're not in a rush. So there was two guys who walked around with like they had like the clear bags of popcorn. They were going around and selling, and so I saw them once, and I thought about getting popcorn from them, and I for some reason didn't. And then I went to go and find them later, and I couldn't find them. But that's one thing that was missing. There was nobody walking around like doing like walking vendors, right? Like, imagine the missed market opportunity and how much more money they would have made if they did
Selling
that.
video games, walking around.
Yeah,
Glow sticks is the other thing people sell a lot. Like,
they did have people walking around selling glow sticks. I'm like, where is this for the food? Why are you? Where are you?
okay.
Why don't you have more
Cotton
popcorn
candy.
guys? Cotton candy, yeah. All you had to go to that shack to buy it. They should have had vendors going to that shack, taking a bag, walking out and selling it, coming back and just doing the rounds. They would have made so
I
much
wouldn't
more
be
money.
surprised if it's a permit thing or something stupid.
But if they already had, I saw two guys doing it already. And why
Yeah.
didn't they have more of it? Is what I'm saying. So
I don't think those guys ran out if there's that many freaking people there.
Yeah, but you could still go to the shack and buy popcorn. Like you still saw people walking out of there with popcorn. So it just huge. It was just I think very grossly mishandled. Even like where the food trucks were, it was like they're all in one tight little circle, and so lines are just like snakes and ladders all over the place, and nobody knew which line was for what thing. You had to start at the front and basically walk all the way down the line to find out where it ended. Then you could stand
Which
there.
one it was?
Yeah, just very poorly laid out. And the little vendor area they had, empty. There was vendors there, but no one. I think it's not the right kind of area for a vendor market, like a. They had very, again, niche. Here's our word of the day. Niche vendors showing up with like, their $70 cutting boards.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Like
At a fireworks event for kids. Like,
yeah. I'm just like, no one's here for this. They had there was one guy there who was smart, and he basically came with like inflatables, balloons, glow toys. And I'm like, this guy knows what's up, but he's selling, these are all dollar store items he was selling for like $10 each.
Yeah.
And he was selling out. So
we should have done that.
Yeah. That's the way to go. But yeah, all these like scented candles, like no one was looking at those things. So
yeah,
because then you got to carry it around.
Yep.
So, and before we went there, I actually went out and bought a new wagon for us because we had the plastic one that like folds up. You can use it as a regular wagon, or you can pop it up and have seats.
Okay.
But it's big and very kind of cumbersome. If we want to take it anywhere, it takes up the whole trunk of our car. So you're looking for a collapsible one.
You could have asked me, I could have or lent you mine. But...
Well, my wife's been wanting one for when you go camping or to the beach. We want to be able to carry stuff.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I found one, and it's almost like a double decker collapsible wagon. So there's a bucket on top, and there's a storage space underneath, which was nice. So we could throw like picnic blankets and the kids' camping chairs under there, and it doesn't take up any of the bucket
Okay.
bed.
Yeah.
But then my wife and I, we don't have, well, we do have those like fold out camp chairs, but I hate those things. They're uncomfortable. So we splurged earlier in the year after the Toronto show, and I had some extra money. I bought really nice like director chairs with like a fold out table on them and a cup holder and that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. My parents have those ones.
Yeah, they're really nice and comfy. But the problem is we put those in the wagon, then our wagon is now full, basically.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got it, I was looking at it. I'm like, okay, I gotta modify this. So I didn't have this wagon for like more than 3 hours before I started drilling holes into it to modify it. And I basically put 2 hooks on either side so it can still collapse, but it's hooks wide enough for the directed chair just to clip on the sides.
Okay.
So they're hanging on the sides, and you still have full use of the bed. And it was perfect. And we got to fully test it last night at the show, because we could throw kids in there, backpacks, sweaters, snacks, everything just in there. We didn't have a lot of snacks. We should have brought more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. And so my wife was walking around, and she doesn't like to admit this, like I did something right for a change.
Yeah.
But she was walking around pulling this wagon, and everyone was just like, "Where did you get that? That's cool. How do you?" Anyways, and my wife's like, "Well, the chairs are separate than the wagon." And she was trying to explain it. She's like, "My husband just put hooks on it." What? It doesn't come like that? I'm like, "No, they don't." Or she was just trying to explain it. Of course, I'm never around to hear the compliment. Only she is, right? So.
You're
Anyway,
in
so
line
she came,
for rides.
yeah. So she came back and like, you got lots of compliments on your wagon. Like, I know. The only other
You make
time
me want to modify my wagon.
you should, it is great. And I just had like dollar store hooks that I just had to cut down to size and then just drill it in. And
Yeah, our wagon's metal.
yeah, so is ours.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just aluminum, right? So I just
Yeah. Ours also folds up flat. You know what I mean? That one.
yeah, so does ours.
And the wheels are like dangling at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
And then our chairs are different, but our chairs are work in progress right now.
but at the same time, if you put like little like bungees around them, you could still hook them on the side, right?
Yeah.
So there's still that option. And
we just changed over to like a love seat style chair with holds
oh,
to
okay.
people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that thing's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to figure out a way to deal with that.
Put the kids chairs on one side and that thing on the other side.
Put wheels under the chair and then just use that as the wagon. See?
Yeah, see? Now you're thinking.
The only other thing that I made that I got complimented on that my wife doesn't like to agree, but when our kids were small and they were still in the stroller, we'd put the stroller in the back of the Subaru. But then if we wanted to put groceries or something, you're putting them on top of the stroller and they're all like falling all over the place. You can't stack anything in there.
Yeah.
So I measured the back and I basically made like a table shelf that fits inside that the stroller can fit underneath.
Okay.
And then I have like a carpeted top on top so you can put stuff up there, and it's made of wood.
Yeah.
It's sturdy. You can put all the groceries and stuff up there.
I've seen people do that a lot for camping and overlanding type stuff.
Yeah, but no one just has it in the back of like their Subaru for like groceries and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's usually like they have drawers for camping and stuff like that.
So this is just like a shelf underneath, big enough for the stroller to fit under. It kind of looks like a cargo cover, like those retractable cargo covers you put over top.
Yeah, we have one of those in ours.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like that. So when we did all during COVID, when we were doing like grocery pickup, we'd park and we'd open the trunk. They'd come and they'd put stuff. They would always put all the groceries underneath this thing because they didn't realize what it was. They thought it was a cargo cover. So I would always turn around and say, "Hey, you can put stuff on top too if you need to, like the big stuff."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, this is a shelf. Oh, this is really cool." Everyone's just like, "I've never seen this before." I'm like, "It's so handy because you can stack groceries and nothing's gonna crush anything."
Now you've already got the back with that in it. You might as well put some drawers and a barbecue in the back. And
I know. So,
and then you can give it the measurements so I can make one too.
yeah, well, you can have mine if you want. We're not using it anymore.
The problem is my subwoofers are in the back.
See, then you can use this and stack your subwoofers underneath, and it's probably not big enough. But
I don't think they'll fit.
But yeah, it's been nice. And then we use it like I kept like a picnic tablecloth underneath. So when we did like picnics and stuff, I could bring this out and use it as a table.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that was really handy. We did that a couple times. So, and what else? Oh, now we have plans. So I'm looking, my dad and I are looking at buying like a utility trailer or like an enclosed trailer.
Yeah.
and I'm already looking at like how to modify it so I can like mount kayaks on the side. I want to put a bike rack on the top so I'm not using the inside space for bikes. I can put bikes up top. I've been thinking about like, you know, making it universal so I can put like a storage, like one of those cargo toppers that we have on our cars. Put one of those up top, or I could put like
bikes.
Those rooftop tents up there if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Just all sorts of things, or put a roof vent on it so you could sleep in the trailer and still get some airflow.
Yep.
You know, just
go on to GG or Facebook and get those rails that have come off, the generic rails for generic cars. Put that on top.
Yeah, just something. So I got to figure it out, but I got to get something that's light enough that my vehicle can tow it, because my vehicle's not technically rated to tow anything.
Yeah.
So, damn CVTs.
Yeah, mine doesn't have a CVT, but still not rated for towing much.
Yeah. And mine's rated for towing less than yours.
Hey, CVT.
Yeah, CVT. So, yeah. I like having one thing that can do multiple things. That's why I like modifying things sometimes.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. My first idea was just get like a utility trailer and just make a box that you can put in and take out.
Okay. Yeah.
To make it enclosed or make it a utility trailer. My dad just wants to buy like an enclosed enclosed trailer, but I'm just like, I don't know about weight wise. Like he can pull it fine. He's got a bigger vehicle, but I can't. But I mean, I also kind of want to get a bigger vehicle too, so we'll see.
Which vehicle's older right now? Of yours?
My Ford is older. It's a 2012.
Okay.
But that's the one I own outright. I don't owe anything on it. The Subaru I still owe money on, so
yeah.
It's a tough call.
Yep.
Trade them both in and get a truck.
Trade them both in and get 2 trucks. My kids were telling me today I needed to get a truck because we were walking by some parked at the garage sales. They're like, "You should get one like this, Dad. We can fit everybody in." I'm like, there's no seats in the back of that, right? Like,
they got those little side seats where you sit, sideways. Those ones, yeah.
Yeah, but even the back is what they were talking about. They thought
okay,
you could just
gotcha.
put people in the back. I'm like, no.
You say yes.
We already have the Highlander. It has lots of seats.
But you should still get a truck. See, it's useful and you can off-road with it. See?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that, though. I keep thinking, I'm like, I could really, I can get a Bronco or something like that. Like, I like the look of the new Broncos.
Yeah,
Not the Broncos Sport, the Broncos.
Okay.
And there's lots of off-road features on them. But then it's like, okay, you're spending $80,000 Canadian or more on this vehicle just to get the off-road one. And then it's like, do I really want to take it off-road and scratch it up?
Yes. That's what it's for. Yes.
But I could do the same thing with like a $10,000 or $5,000 vehicle.
Then do it.
Or my old truck that was like a $3,000 vehicle.
Yeah, but then all the money you save on buying new, you have to pay for in repairs.
No, not that much. I wouldn't need to spend
okay.
$80,000 on it
I
on
know.
repairs.
But then you put the mods on it that you're gonna want, and then the big tires.
But I need to do those on the stock one anyway.
Yeah,
generally,
well,
some of them have it, but you pay a lot of high premium on that stuff.
Yeah.
If you get the tires from the dealership instead of buying your own.
Yeah. Lovely car talk. I wonder if people have already
talk you into buying a little Coleman 200cc.
Oh man, I saw one.
Mini bike.
It was in Ingersoll like 2 days ago, and it was $800, and I was like, oh, that's really good.
There's one in KW for $800 right now.
It's not as nice though. This one was really nice.
This one looked good. Something Mini Baja, I think they called it.
I don't like those ones. I like no. So
The tires looked aggressive, is what I was like. Oh yeah, it looks like it could do something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the Baja ones.
I don't know the difference right now.
Anyways, I added it to my saved favorites on Facebook, and I was like, oh, keep an eye. I have no room in my garage for it at all right now. I would have to store it at my parents' house, which I'm not sure they want me doing that either. But I was like, I could do it. I got some money. I could do it. And then it was sold. And I'm like, dang it. You can't sit around on those things, especially this time of year, right? Like they're just
Yeah,
gone.
that one's gone already. There is a nice Coleman that looks really good condition for $950. Like, it looks
And that's just
brand
like
new.
that's almost paying for a brand new price at that point. That's what I'm just like, I don't want to spend that
it
much.
looks new. Tires, it's hard to tell, but
Yeah. But a lot of people buy these and then they use it for, a month or they use it one or two times and they're done with it. So
okay. Yeah.
a lot of them are just kind of hanging out.
Or you go with a dirt bike instead.
That was the other option, but I don't. Then you're looking at well over $1,500 to get something good. But then it's multiple use. It's going to last longer, way more capable. But then I can't justify having two motorcycles. Like I can justify having a mini bike.
I don't have that problem.
You don't have that problem, but you also said you'd never buy a motorbike.
Yeah, well, not never. I just know my wife will never let me buy one. Doesn't mean I'll never buy one. She won't let me buy one.
Oh,
There's
that's
a
what it is.
difference.
There's a difference.
I either need to get rid of her or she'll get rid of it after I buy it. One or the other. I'm not sure
true.
which one. Whatever comes
Yeah.
first, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. So, well, what else is new besides going into vehicle talk? That everyone's gonna leave, but
What did I do? I just bought some monitors today as well.
I have monitors here. You could ask me. I had monitors.
Are they 24-inch?
I think they might be 21
I've asked
at
you
least.
before, but you didn't have any then.
I got more now, so
I got them lying around here all over the place now because I bought 3 today.
3 monitors.
The guy was selling
VHS recording.
No, well, I am using them for that right now. The 2 of them are up there. I just really didn't like that the one I had up here was really low resolution and small, so I replaced it with another one. I already had an Asus one that's a 24-inch.
Yeah.
And this guy was selling. Well, there's a guy in Guelph selling 3, the exact same as mine, but he wanted 300. I talked him down to 250, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm out of town." I'm like, "Screw it, never mind." So then I found another guy in Cambridge selling a better model, same size but better model, for 250, and I asked if he'd do 200, and he said, "Yeah, take them for 200." So I went to Cambridge today and picked up the 3 monitors for $200,
Okay.
and they're all decent gaming monitors. I mean, they're only 75 hertz, but they're FreeSync still.
Okay.
And they match the one I already have in most ways, like size and shape they're the exact same, and manufacturer they're the same, but features they're not. They're better than the one I had for my 3rd monitor. So now I got 2 matching ones. What I'd like to do is have these 2 here, which are the 27s, then the 24s, and then put another 24s up top. That's what my ideal case is. But
You're going for that. You're going for that scorpion chair thing that does the.
Well, yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. Biggest problem is I built my own desk, and it has no room here to put any monitors down lower.
It's time to take it apart and rebuild
Not
it.
much choice. Well, it's metal, and I don't think it's gonna happen.
Take it apart.
It would come apart. I'd have to take it to my brother's house to get the metal cut and move the keyboard tray down, but then that screws up.
I mean, I
whole
got an angle grinder.
keyboard
We
tray.
could just cut it.
You got a welder to put it back together too?
I got a welder. I'm not good at welding, but I got a
Oh, you're not
welder.
good. Yeah, that's not good. My brother is very good at welding. Yeah, if I build 2 more, they're going to be up pretty high. That's
Yeah.
the biggest problem.
It's okay. You don't need to look at it all the time. Just once in a while.
Yeah, that's true. Especially if the VHS recordings are up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going up, and I went like out.
I can't go out. I'm against
I
a wall
know
here.
you can't. Yeah.
And over here is my wife's craft area. So, and right now I can just barely fit through behind the monitors to get to the front of the computer if I need to like plug in things,
something in.
or fix something, or get access to anything else behind. Which reminds me, this is going to screw up my VR. I just need to move my sensor up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Put it in front of your monitors.
Eh.
They're not that important.
Yeah, no, they don't matter.
No. Yeah. Cool. I've just been working. That's been my life. Just been my life. Just working.
Anything exciting at work?
Not really, you know. We've got nothing. We haven't even found anything good lately. Like it's just been we've just been doing all commercial stuff and construction.
Just found monitors.
Well, no, I've had them for a while. You haven't asked me in a long time, so
It's been like 3 months?
one is one that I replaced with one from the garbage, which is this one here.
Yeah.
That's that bigger one, which is nice. So I have this spare Dell, and then the other one I bought because my mom said she wanted a monitor for her home, like a second monitor.
Yeah.
So I went to Value Village and I found one. It was like $8, so I bought it. And then I was like, "Hey, do you still need a monitor?" She's like, "No, I decided not to do it." I'm like, "Well, now I've got an $8 monitor."
Nice.
But my wife is actually changing jobs again. She just started a job in January, and now she's quitting that one and doing another job now.
Okay.
So she's like, it's fully remote, so she'll be working from home. So she's gonna get a computer. I'm like, "Hey, well, I've got monitors for you, so you can have at least an extra monitor."
Yeah. Well, you can let me know if you want another one because I have some other ones. I think one of the ones you gave me a long time ago, an Acer one.
Oh, is that the square one? Like a 4x6
I have the square
one?
one there. I have it too, but I think this one's a wide. Maybe it is a square. It could be.
Oh well.
Could be. That's
Doesn't
the one I
matter.
replaced anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, I have
That's
two
fine.
square ones that I've got. Maybe even 3. There's another one in the other room I need to get rid of those 4x3.
Yeah,
square.
4x3. Yeah, people know what I mean.
I have 3 Acers that are that style that I need to get rid of.
Yeah, it might be good for an arcade cabinet. You should just start making.
I've got the good arcade cabinet one right here.
No, I mean you should just make generic ones and sell them. Just use those monitors.
Or just put those monitors for sale and say, good for arcade cabinet.
Yeah, there you go.
Done. Yeah, that'll sell them. Put rare.
Because you don't. Yeah, rare. That's the key. Because you're not selling things anymore, are you?
Not really.
Not really.
I don't have much left to sell. Except VHS tapes.
But you have a guaranteed buyer for that, so it's easy.
Yeah, I just hope I don't wear him out. I think I've got one more load to take to him, and it's over 300 tapes right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to finish them up, and then of course I go buy two more today. But
Well, that's only 2, so you'll be all right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I need to take some more to him, and I told him this time we'll go to him. That way we'll make a trip out of it. So, but I'm trying to finish up all these ones that I have that are the Chinese tapes. With all the Chinese shows on them. There's some stuff that every once in a while there'll be a Canadian or American whatever show, like from Omni TV, which was they have like time frames where they do things in foreign languages and various languages, and then they have English and Chinese, but like Canadian commercials, but with Chinese dubbing of the
strange.
audio.
That's
yeah,
strange.
and then Chinese text on it as well, and then randomly there'll be like an English commercial as well. So. It's interesting. Those ones are neat. And then randomly on one tape, all of a sudden it switches to the 1996 presidential debate with Bill Clinton.
Oh,
Like, that's random as hell on C-SPAN. I'm like, weird. Okay.
hey,
So now I'm trying to record them all.
yeah. So what are you doing? Like in the interesting segments, are you saving those too, or going to post those somewhere, or are you just doing commercials?
I don't
is
know yet.
that
Right now I'm
debate-
saving everything.
Yeah, but like, say that debate. Is that debate online somewhere?
I would assume it is. I haven't Googled it yet.
Yeah.
So me going through these tapes, recordings, is going to be a long, several year process.
Yes. Right now it's just the acquisition. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm digitizing and selling
Some
off the
posting,
physical,
yeah,
but at the
yeah.
same time, I'm doing some posting. Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
posting an ad every other day still, but I have such a big backlog for that at some point when I catch up or do more and have a bigger backlog ready, I'll just switch to one a day because there's so many ads, and I'd like to get them out there. It's just, yeah, I don't want to get to the point where I cause more work for myself that I can't keep up.
Yeah.
So, but I have like 200 unlisted ones that aren't even scheduled, and then another 100 that are scheduled.
So you're almost a year out. You got ready to go.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So I would say if you have a year out, that would be when you put it at like one a day.
Probably, yeah. And I think I'm just at that point.
Yeah.
And that's just the ones that are digitized and cut out, like edited out and uploaded. And then after the upload, I need to name them something catchy or whatever, and then, schedule it.
Yeah.
So I have like 200 that have not been named and scheduled. And I'd like to also, every time I do it, find out what time frame it was recorded and put that in too. So, and then I put what company this belongs to, not me. I don't own this. I don't associate it with, X brand, whatever the heck it is, Mr. Clean, whatever.
But you can set that as a default on YouTube settings, right? Like, you don't have to put that in every time.
But I put what brand it is every time.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you can leave that giant disclaimer as, like, your default.
Yeah, I haven't.
And then you can just, put in the company name. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yep. I need to simplify my statement, because right now I say the company name twice and the website for the company.
Okay.
Really, I should say it just one time.
Yeah, and be done with it.
It'd be so much easier. Yeah. Cut my workload.
Yep. Do it.
Yeah.
So, well, I have acquired my giant influx of video games from you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not all of it.
Well, I thought that was all of it.
Oh no, sorry, you did get it all. Yeah, you did. I was remembering what it was like before you came over. Yeah. You did get all of it.
I was like, don't tell me there's more.
More stuff means more money, man. Speaking of which, I need to pay you for that N64. I have it written down.
Okay, whatever.
Get to that in the list and be like, okay, you kept the cord. No, I kept the cords, right? Yeah. You kept the controllers. You kept the controllers.
I kept the controllers. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Whatever. We feel like after. So yeah. Now I'm going through everything, and I need to. I mean, the Barry show is not far away, right? It is 3.5 weeks away.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Something like that. 3 and a bit weeks. 4. No, it's 3 weeks from yesterday. 4 weeks.
It's the 11th.
4 weeks.
So the
4 weeks from yesterday.
28th is 2 weeks. 3 weeks. Right? It's 3.
It's the 11th, so it's 4.
3. It's yesterday's the 21st. Next is the 28th. 1 week. 4th is the next week. 11th is the next week. That's 3.
Okay.
That's 3. You're just.
I'm counting this week. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
It's just I see it as the beginning of the next week. That's why my head's just
but
like.
It's not, because it's a Sunday.
I know it's a Sunday.
You can count it however you want. It's only 3 weeks. In fact, now it's less than 3 weeks.
That's true. So I have to pull everything apart and reorganize, because everything just got thrown in after the Toronto show, and I haven't gone through it yet since the Toronto show. So that's going to be my project over the next hopefully next 2 weeks. I can pull everything apart, double check my high-end prices. I'm not checking them like my $5 prices. I'm going to then reincorporate or just incorporate all the stuff from you. So I'm going to reprice everything so that my price labels match.
Yeah.
And prices have changed, I think, a little bit since you priced them.
Probably.
So not a whole lot. They're pretty close so far from what I've done. But yeah, I just got to get my button gear and do it.
Well, like I said, if you need help, hit me up. Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Just not next weekend.
What's happening next weekend?
Is it next weekend or the one after? I think it's the one after. Come on, Google. Show me.
Google.
Show me the whole month. Not this coming weekend. The one after that. Yeah.
That's a busy weekend for me too.
We are camping.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yes.
Good. Where are you going?
We are going to Aiden.
I mean, don't dox yourself. People are gonna hear this as you're out, right?
Yeah. Aiden.
But okay.
Around there. Yeah.
Okay. Are you off-roading or are you just camping?
No, it's just camping.
Okay.
It's not far enough north for off-roading.
No. Oh, I was just curious.
It's just north of Mount Forest. It's not far.
Okay.
Yeah. Parents are doing the whole organize a camping thing with my mom, her sister, and her mother, and all the families.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun?
Yes. It should be fun, I hope. I did take out I'm going to be taking my underwater drone, and I
Okay.
took it out yesterday as well.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I
was
took
gonna
it
ask.
to Columbia Lake
Okay. Yeah.
just to try and figure out how it works. Does it work? Did it work dead on arrival? I don't know. So I figured out how to use it. At the very beginning, I'm like, oh no, this is broken because it wouldn't sink enough to go under. It was floating.
You gotta fill the ballast
So-
tank.
Well, you'd think. It looked like it was just that, but so I had to like flip it and rotate it in the water to get all the bubbles out, and that
okay.
seems to have worked. Once I did that, which was difficult because that where I went on Columbia Lake has a shallow, long beach there.
Yeah.
It's like a boat dock area, and it's pretty shallow there. So I had to try not to get wet.
Scoot
I
it out,
wear
yeah.
boots. I wore shoes, and the wife and kids came with me, so I didn't plan it good enough either. But it was fine, and the water was not seeable, and you can't see anything in it.
No.
So I wasn't even sure if the camera's good. Like, is it set up right? Can you see anything? But generally speaking, so the thing is very buoyant. So it has propellers to push it down, and you kind of set what height it should hold, and it holds that using propellers.
Okay.
Most underwater ROVs, you can shut off the propellers and it'll float wherever you were.
Okay.
But this one does not seem to do that. It seems like as soon as you let off or lock it and turn off the propellers, it floats up to the top.
Sounds like a safety feature. They want it to
It
just
is
come
a
up.
good, it is good for safety. It's just, or your battery dies, right?
Yeah.
It's just not ideal for exploring and saving battery and not kicking up dirt
Yeah. True.
because it's constantly kicking up dirt.
I went to Victoria Park yesterday, and they just dredged all that water by Waterloo
really?
Park. So and they emptied
Did you
it.
say Waterloo Park or Victoria Park?
Waterloo Park.
Oh,
Waterloo
I
Park.
said Victoria. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we had the construction bins when they were there, so that's why I knew they did this. They emptied all that water out of the lake. They cleaned out all the goose and duck poop and all that stuff,
Oh, interesting.
and then they've like relined it and put new water, fresh water in. So that might be a place to try.
But now there's nothing to look at.
No, but it's a good test. At least you can see something,
Yeah,
maybe,
that's true.
right?
That's true. Interesting. I didn't know they ever did that.
And there's a boardwalk going there, so you can walk across the water as you're doing it.
that. I do like the boardwalk area there.
So that'd be a good place to try.
Interesting. Yeah, I should try that. I'm debating whether I need to tear this thing apart to clean it or what. Should I open it up and see if the camera could be focused different or
I'm always afraid if you like open it up, you may not put it back together properly, and then
I never
let
worry
water
about
in.
that.
Okay.
I never worry about not putting things back together. Now this thing is waterproof, yes, but
Yeah.
I've already watched a video that the guy that's the local reseller, the one in Ontario, showed on how to repair something, and it looks like it's actually a sealed unit inside the outside unit.
Oh, okay.
So the outside unit is
a
meant
little
to
bit better.
fill with water, and then the inside where the electronics are stays sealed.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like it is possible to open it up and not get things wet or break a seal.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
You open it and they did a revision since the last one was done.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But it looks like it has to fill with water because there's a lot of foam in there to make it float.
Yeah. Cool.
So I'm going to take that with us when we go camping. I'm going to take my regular drone with us when we go camping. Try to take an RC car or two. My daughter keeps begging to use the remote control trucks, so she loves
Okay.
the rock crawling one. We got a little mini rock crawling one. It's like,
Okay.
I don't know, like that big.
Yeah. Big enough to just and you let it go
24th,
slow,
yeah.
right? Like.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
super slow. It's
Super
geared
slow.
really slow.
Yeah.
But it has 4-wheel drive, 4-wheel steering.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. You can crab walk it sideways and stuff.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
That's intense.
yeah.
Yeah. What about? Are you taking your big tent, or are you gonna do little tents?
No, we're getting a cabin. They have cabins where we're going.
That's not camping.
I know, and even worse. So the last place we stayed, the cabins had no features except for your windows that close, and they had fans, but there was no fridges, microwaves, bathrooms, all that stuff. The bathrooms were far away. You got to go to the bathroom.
You got to walk to the bathroom.
You
Yeah.
got to walk to the shower to use the shower. You got to go to the back of one of the trailers on the post to get water, kind of thing. Well,
Okay.
the one we're going to this time has a fridge and a microwave. We're like, this is going to be a life of luxury. So
Jeez.
we're debating on bringing microwave meals.
Make things easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're debating. And where to get groceries. We decided years ago when we had young kids that we like to get groceries when we're there.
Yeah.
We'll
rather
make
than
our
carry them
list
out-
ahead
yeah,
and
yeah.
plan, but
Yeah.
rather than having to drive 2 hours and keep them in the fridge or whatever else,
Keep them cold.
just-
Yeah.
bring them, go get them there locally.
Yeah. Makes things way easier. That's what we do too. We bring a couple of things, but
Yeah.
most of the stuff we just bring with us, or we buy when you're there. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Takes away some of your time, but generally the first
It's-
day we get there, my family's all not showing up really at the same time anyway. So
yeah. So we usually we'll buy just before we get to the campground. Like we'll stop it in town, and then
Yeah,
as
that's
we
what
go
we've
in,
done.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not really losing any time, really. Like we lose, 20, 30 minutes. It's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So, and then we'll buy enough to last like a couple of days, and we'll do after a couple. It depends on how long we're camping for, but
Yeah.
after a couple of days, we want to get out of the campground anyway and go see something else. So we'll go to town
Yeah.
again and do
Generally,
ice
what we
cream and stuff, and then grocery shop.
pretty much always garage sale when we're camping now with my family.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's so many people. Everybody's doing different things. We're like, okay, Saturday morning, we're going garage selling with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's one thing I was thinking about doing, but I'm like, I got enough stuff to carry back. I don't want to carry more stuff. But
I've had some really
if
good
I have
finds
a
on garage
trailer,
sale.
though, I'll have so much more space.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think we're gonna just
Trailer
camp with
with
a
rooftop
trailer
trailer.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
My
if I don't have an
son-
enclosed trailer, I'm still just gonna take my father-in-law's utility trailer and just use that. So
Yeah. Well, I want to at least rent a camping trailer sometime. Hopefully this summer,
yeah.
at least. But we'll see how that works out and what we find, because the weekends always book up quick too for whatever.
You got to book out
camp and
and
stuff.
really far in advance for that too.
And I don't care if I take a random vacation on not a long weekend or something like that. Like
Yeah. Take a Friday or a Monday or something like that.
yeah, take the kids out of school for one day and go
Yeah, no
somewhere.
big deal.
Save some money on the rental and make sure we actually get something too. But it's
Yeah.
just a matter of what can we pull with the car, which is a lot. But
Yeah,
not
you got a lot of options. But
But
you can also
still.
there's options too where if you go to certain campgrounds, you can actually call ahead or call to a company there, and you tell them your campsite number, and they will just drop a trailer off at your campsite and set it up.
Yeah, that's some of the not fun. Some of the fun being gone too, though.
Okay, I'm just saying that's an option too. If you don't have to bring one here, you're not liable for driving
Yeah.
and transportation and insurance and
Yeah,
all
I
that
thought
stuff.
of that too.
It's there, it's set up. You can even say just put it there, let me set it up.
Yeah,
they may
yeah.
want to set it up for you anyway, but I know my mother and father-in-law did that a couple times before they bought their own trailer. It was just a lot easier. Then you save money on fuel too, towing the thing
Yeah,
up there,
sure.
and so yeah, you get to camp without all the fuss. That might be happening again with this. So we have I think 3 camping trips planned this year, which is one shorter than I wanted to do. I really want to get up to Kilbear this year, but I don't think it's going to happen. But our family camping trip that we do with my wife's side of the family, and we usually did like a cottage, but this year we decided to go do a camping trip instead at a provincial park.
Okay.
So some of the family members are less keen about that than others. So they may be buying or renting a trailer just to show up, and they'll sit
Yeah.
doing that because they don't want to do the tent thing. And I forget most people don't have a giant 10-man tent like I do.
Yeah.
And so they're camping in like the little 4 to 5, 6-man tent, and so they're just crammed in there. And this is the reason I got a bigger
They
tent.
buy a 2-man that said 4-man.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife did that when she was in college. Her friends all went camping, and she said, "Can I borrow your tent?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." It's like a 4-man tent or something like that, right? And
Yeah.
she gets there, and all her friends say they have tents too, so they go to set up the friends' tents first because they didn't want to open mine if they didn't have to, because
Yeah.
it's just not my wife's, right? And she was my girlfriend at the time, so they all set up their tents, and they're like, wow, those are really freaking small. Like, it carries one person, if that. So they set up mine, and they all slept in mine. So
That works too. Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I've done on like. So I have like I think a 3-man tent now. One I just found in the garbage and set up, and it works nice. But I was like, if I ever go on, like, I remember before I had that. When we went on motorbike trips, we would just go to Walmart and buy like the cheapest $20 to $30 tent, and we're like, we're just gonna sleep in this on our ride, and then we'll just set it up wherever, and that's what we did. It worked.
Yeah.
Worked fine. It was just me and another guy, and there was like, so it's a 3-man tent. It's good enough for 2 guys and most of our gear. So a little tight, but who cares?
Motorcycle thing reminded me. I stopped at a garage sale on Saturday as well.
Okay.
I missed Mother's Day because I was sick, right? So
Okay,
I went
yeah.
up to visit my mom and dad and my grandma. And on the way to my grandma's, we stopped at a garage sale because the garage sale said, and in my hometown, they said they had VHS tapes and beta tapes and machines.
Oh, okay.
So players,
Yeah.
recorders, whatever.
VCRs,
So
yeah.
I get to the house, or I know what street it's on, but they didn't give an address. I drive down that street, and I'm looking for a garage sale, and boom, my grade 7 best friend, or grade 6's best friend's house is where the
Oh, wow.
garage sale is.
Nice.
And I walk in the driveway, and there he is, standing there. It's his parents' house. He's up for the weekend, and he's joining them for the family garage sale.
Nice.
So he forgot my name. It's good. He's like,
friends.
Eric?
Close. That's actually really
So
close.
Derek, and then he took a second and got my last name. So he does remember me, but I don't know how well he remembers me. I think he's also done a lot of drugs in his life, like a lot.
So he's done really well then.
He's done all right. He's done all right for remembering that my name was something like Eric.
Yes.
And well, we haven't seen each other in, I don't know, a long freaking time since then, I think, or maybe
Grade 6,
grade 8.
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
grade 8 at the most, but I don't remember why we stopped hanging out. I got to figure that out because it bothers me a bit now. But I think we were in different classes. Like there was a split class, and we got changed to different
Got
teachers the
set
next
up,
year
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, I think so. But I became friends with his cousin after that. But he was
close.
also the same age. But anyway, I went to the garage sale, and
I was gonna say, how does motorbikes fit into that?
right, so he rides motorcycles. He goes up to the Friday the 13th thing in Port Dover, and
Yeah.
that's what reminded me of motorcycles. And then that reminded me of the garage sale, and I picked up a beta player from his father.
Oh, does it work?
That's a great question.
That's a no.
At the garage sale, I said, do you mind if I try it? He was asking $50.
Oh,
We plugged it in. He had tapes there. I popped in a tape. So the beta player turned on. Then the tape went in. The tape would play, but then I'd hit fast forward, and it would go really slow. So I hit stop and fast forward, still really slow. Rewind, still really slow. So there's obviously something wrong.
yeah.
I'm assuming it just doesn't have enough power in the power supply or something like that. The power supplies on these are starting to die on them everywhere, it seems like. I've found out from my research from the one I picked up 3 days before this. The one you came over and picked up.
And saw, yeah.
And saw. That's a
and was
different
very
one.
heavy. Okay.
That's the one
So
I
you
got
have-
first, which was free.
Yeah.
So I now have 2 Sony beta players that don't work.
Jeez.
Because when I got the one home from the garage sale, it no longer works. I powered on. It
Did you
powers
pay
up.
him $50 for this?
No, I paid him
Okay.
20.
Okay.
I talked him down to 20 because it wouldn't fast forward and rewind.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know him. I don't know if he remembers me because he didn't say my name when I was there. I just said, long time no see. And I said, I wasn't sure if you guys still lived here. His wife's like, yeah, we're lifers. But they never said anything that related to me. So maybe they didn't recognize me or remember me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was a
Okay.
lot skinnier back then.
At
I
least
was
you
a
got. At least
scrawny runt back then.
weren't we all?
So now I have 2 beta players that I probably need to fix.
Now that you've invested money into it, yeah.
Well, one was free, and one I had to pay
Yeah.
for. Yeah.
Well, so one is a practice run, and the other one is your real one.
Yeah, maybe. It's possible.
See if you can merge them together into one working
I already
one.
thought of that. I believe the problems with them are similar. Well, one has a bad regulator. The first one that I got, the free one, definitely has a bad voltage regulator. I'm sure of it based on videos I've watched of the same symptoms. And then the one I just got, I'm guessing has bad capacitors.
Okay.
So maybe I could take the capacitors out of the one and put it together. They're different models too, though, but they're almost the same model. One's a 550 and the other one's a 400, and the 400 is apparently the better model. But,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if they have the same power supply or not.
Yeah.
I would suspect they probably do from that time frame, but they might be a year apart. I don't know for sure.
Strange.
84, 85, somewhere in there. According to videos I was watching from the Betamax guy, Betamax Mayhem? I forget. He's some YouTuber that he does Betamax videos. Pretty amateur, but he has the most knowledge that I've seen out there for this stuff.
Yeah.
And he actually shares it as opposed to some people.
So you just gotta message him privately and have a conversation. Be
what
like,
do you
so
think?
this is my problem. What do you think?
What I think I'm going to need to do is open it up and start poking around the multimeter and figure out what's working and what's not. What's testing the right voltages and what's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give it to Bill and he'll poke and prod and it'll just work.
Yeah, it'll just work.
See? It'll just work.
Yeah, right.
That's what it seems like.
Did he get his beta player working? I forget.
I think he did.
Yeah, it was a mechanical problem, though. It wasn't electrical. Or maybe his has the same problems and it's just intermittent. Because I popped the tape in here when I got home, and it took the tape in, but it won't play. And it won't eject anymore.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hope it wasn't a good one.
Wow. It was the one that's supposed to... Oh, the tape? No, I picked Annie, which is not recorded off TV. It's
Okay.
just straight up Annie purchased.
There you go.
I'm like, I
Perfect.
don't care about this tape at all.
No. That's a good one to go then.
Yep, I picked a sacrificial. I had a recorded one right beside it, but either way, I'm getting the tape out somehow.
Yeah.
One way or another. That guy's videos also show how to roll the tape out manually with the gears, so I could do that too.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm the proud owner of 2 broken Betamax players.
what's your total count now? How many VCRs do you, and 2 Betamax and how many VCRs?
I just sent this total to Bill the other day. I think it's 7 working VCRs, 4 broken VCRs, 2 Betamax players broken.
And how many CRTs now?
And I was going to say the TV VCR combos, 3 13-inch TV VCR combos. Oh, I forgot one VCR that's in our bedroom, so 8 VCRs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 8 VCRs that are working.
I think
And he also had 3 VCRs for sale at that garage sale. They were all Sony's, and I know he takes care of his stuff, for sure.
But you didn't buy them.
No, I didn't even ask prices because after he asked $50 for the Betamax player, I'm kind of like, yeah, these VCRs are going to be expensive. One of them is the exact same as one that I have, which I really like because it rewinds really fast,
Yeah.
like crazy fast. I think I told you about that when you were here too. It's ridiculously fast. And he had the exact same model there. But I know where he lives, so I can always go back sometime.
Yeah.
Now that the garage sale's over, maybe his expectations are dropped.
I can't believe he was asking that much for it. I mean, Betamax I can kind of understand because it's a little bit more niche.
That's
There's
maybe
a
why.
Word of the day again.
Maybe he looked them up.
Yeah. But still, you don't be asking those kind of prices at garage sales.
Maybe Betamax is the new niche.
Everything's the new niche. It's sticking and I like it.
I was actually thinking when I was sending a package, I sent a package to Chris Roberts. Did he? Yeah, he opened it. I sent a package to him of a VHS or a tape that someone recorded off the internet and posted to archive.org of a recording, an airing of Friday the 13th from TV with commercials and this guy who knows a lot about horror movies. What was his name? Jim Bob something or other. I can't remember what his name is. It's on his TikTok and his Instagram and everything. But anyway, he has nobody near him that he knows that has a DVD burner. So he asked me to burn him a DVD and mail it to him from here. I'm like, all right. So then I also set up a Raspberry Pi, hooked up to one of my combo TVs, and recorded it to a VHS tape for him as well.
Nice.
So I sent him the VHS tape of the original recording, downloaded from the internet and put on VHS tape, and a DVD as well, so he can watch it easier and skip through it and whatever else. And I also gave him 3 printed VCR tools. Anyway, none of this matters. The whole point was that I was thinking of taking their next live stream and recording that to a tape, or go back and do their past catalog and record them all the tapes.
You got to do the first ones. It's number 1, right? Like that's always the.
Just do all of them. There's only 30.
It's true. You got to get a 6-hour tape and just get them run.
Yeah. Do a playlist.
There you go.
6-hour
That'd be
tape. That's
fun.
only like 3 episodes, isn't it?
Just do one at a time. See, you
At
gotta,
least it's not us. It could be 1 episode.
gotta do volume 1, then volume 2, limited editions, right? They gotta.
Yeah. And then sell them at the game swaps.
See, perfect.
Full
Bootlegs.
circle.
Bootlegs.
Yeah.
Bootlegs of bootlegs. The best. Man. Well, I bought a game.
No.
Yeah,
I thought you were only selling games now.
I know, right? Usually do.
You gotta buy them to sell them, I guess.
That's true. But I bought a game. I was
selling?
going to say that I'm not selling. I bought a game. I'm going to say, I'd like to say day 1, but technically it's day 2. I bought day 2.
Oh, Zelda.
Yeah, I bought
You
Zelda.
bought Zelda.
Day 2 buyer over here. I was busy on day 1, so I couldn't go.
You want to go to that midnight opening, midnight launch?
I thought about it, but I had to get up early the next day because I had to go up to Huntsville. So I was like, and then I was with my parents in Huntsville all day. So it was just not the right kind of day.
They have
to do
games
it.
in Huntsville.
They do, but I didn't have time. I was busy. So, and I also wanted to go with my son, with my oldest son, because he's been getting into the games, and I'm trying to do that. Oh, we're gonna go to the game store and we're gonna buy the game, and so I try to make a kind of an event out of it. So
Yeah, my
we had fun. I was gonna take him to the game store down the street, but they didn't open till like 11, and I went at like 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I guess I'm going to GameStop. So went to GameStop and bought it. But yeah, $100 after tax for that game.
Yeah, that's what my brother-in-law was just saying. Because my son's like telling me that him and my daughter are going to save their money or combine their money together, and then daddy only needs to pay $40 extra and we can buy it.
Oh, okay.
And then my brother-in-law is like, this is the most expensive Nintendo game ever sold, right? Like, this is a big deal. The prices are higher. Like,
and they've sold already over 10 million copies of it. Like, it's ridiculous. But
so I shouldn't feel bad just putting it on my Steam Deck, is what you're saying.
I mean, you do what you want. No comment.
If I can get weapon not breaking cheats, I'll be happy.
Okay, but do you know
Stamina
anything about the
cheats.
game? Do you know anything about the game yet?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
More than I should already from not
Okay.
having played it.
I would say the weapon degradation is still there,
Yeah, it's garbage.
but you can
don't care.
fuse. You
Don't care.
fuse and you make new weapons.
Nope.
It's so cool though.
Stupid. How
It's
about
so
you just fix
cool.
the broken problem?
I don't think it's a problem. I think
it's a problem.
they do it to force you to experiment and try different new things. So
Don't force me.
that's kind of the point of the game.
Not for me.
Anyways, it's really good.
That's why I haven't bought the game.
It's very good. I enjoy it. My sons have really been into it. Both of them. I didn't expect my youngest to be into it, but he is really
my
into
daughter
it.
wants it too.
And he is just like, they come down. They have like their little foam swords from the dollar store.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, we're playing Zelda. So they both get their foam swords and they come down and they're like, yeah, we're going to get them. And when I'm sneaking into like bokoblin camps and they're all asleep, they just start whispering when they talk to me because they don't want to wake them up. It's really cute. So when the big bad guy comes, like my youngest sits on my lap while I'm playing and can feel him tense up and he's getting all worried. And yeah, so it's been kind of a nice little bonding thing for the three of us. So when when Breath of the Wild came out, was when my oldest had just been born. Yeah. So I played with a friend on the Wii U and we beat it. And then I was playing it again on Switch. I never beat it again on the Switch, but
I played it on both, but didn't beat it.
Yeah,
I'll never beat it. That's not how I play games.
That's not how you play games. That's true.
I just wander around having fun for hours and hours and hours.
Yep. And
that'd be more fun if the weapons didn't break.
That's perfectly viable.
Or the stamina. The stamina's stupid too.
Again, you upgrade it.
Stupid.
You upgrade it.
Why have to? Why have to? Nope.
So wait for 20 years when Nintendo releases like the Star version of their classic games, where you get into the game and you have all the upgrades. So they do it like they're on Nintendo Online.
I'll just run an emulator and use Cheat Engine or something.
There you go. But I wish I could say I waited for my kids every time I wanted to play it, but because of the size of this game, I'm like, I can only play for like with them for like an hour at most before we have to go do something else, because it's usually after dinner, and it's like, okay, we got to get ready for bed. So it's like a hard,
whatever.
It's a hard cutoff. So if I want to get anywhere in the game, I had to keep playing. So the other night I played for like 4 to 5 hours. So I had some friends over, and actually I had one friend here who doesn't normally come, and he showed up, and normally he leaves early. Like if he's getting bored, he's not happy, or not that he's not happy, but he's just like, I'm not into what's going on tonight. Yeah, kind of uninterested. He'll leave. But he stayed for the whole time. This time he was just like, yeah, go over there, go do this. And so, and he didn't really like Breath of the Wild either, but yeah, he was really getting into this one. So maybe it's different because someone else was playing, and we could figure out the puzzles, and it's just kind of a nice little like couch co-op. Even though you're not sharing the controller or working together in the same game, we're still like all talking it out and figuring it out. We felt smart when we figured out some of the puzzles, because some of them are one of the riddles is pretty vague. So
I just helped my brother-in-law. We were over yesterday when we were in the tree, and helped my brother-in-law solve one of the, whatever you want to call them, dungeon things.
Oh, one of the shrines, probably.
Shrines, yes. Shrines.
Yeah.
It was something to do with fire and a fan.
Okay, I haven't done that one yet. So
I came across it, and my son and him were trying to figure out what to do, and they figured out. No, I think I helped them on 2 things they had to do.
Oh, okay.
It's like, what about this on there? And they're like, oh yeah, they figured that out at the same time, the first part. And then the second part, I'm like, wait, you need to stand in the middle and then spin. No, wait, there's already a thing in the middle. Just attach the thing to spin. And it spun, and it solved it.
Solved it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm being vague intentionally.
That's fine. We'll figure it out. I haven't had too many issues with the shrines yet. We do have some hilarity inducing mishaps. So I did, when we go to shrines, I usually hand the controller off to one of the friends and they play, just because it's like unless it's a combat one, it's pretty low stress and they can just kind of experiment and deal with it. They don't have to worry about like rain coming or bad guys or whatever. So the one friend was just like didn't know the controls. So there's items that if you activate them, they'll hover in place. Yeah, so we were trying to build this hovering bridge over this gap to get a ball from one side to the other. Mm-hmm. And in the middle of it, we had it almost done, ready to go, and then he like accidentally throws our sword at it and hits it. So when you hit it, it deactivates. So he hit it, and then our bridge fell into the pit and was gone. It was just like, and the whole time like, no, click, and he let go, and it threw it, and it was just done. And it was like, no, we have to start from the beginning and do it all over again. But it's very funny. So
yeah, the puzzles, like the shrines, is one of the things I like the most in terms of figuring them out.
Yeah,
obviously there are some that were frustrating and terrible, or like more difficult than others.
Yeah, but the
ones that are on that border on that, like difficult but solvable and rewarding kind of thing.
Yeah, they're fun.
Like portal levels.
The fusing ability in this, and just like the fact that it just gives you materials, and just like this is kind of what we expect you to do, but you got to figure out how all the parts go together. And that's what I like about these ones. And it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of Gmod-ish, right? It's like here's things, put them together and make it work.
I would absolutely play Gmod right now if someone asked.
I'm not asking. I'm asking you to play Tears of the Kingdom.
It's not multiplayer.
I know. It is how I play it. It is how I play it.
That's not multiplayer. That's taking turns.
But working together in the same room.
I don't know. I wasn't invited.
That's true. Maybe one day when you're cool.
So never.
So, but yeah, I need to. But now I have to price things for Barry, so I don't know
I'm not cool. Let's go back to doing my spreadsheet stuff.
There you go. Yeah. But now I got to do all my pricing stuff for the next 3 weeks, so I don't know how much Zelda I'm going to get in. Maybe an hour or two here or there. Maybe it'll just be with the boys now when I can. But it'll be fun. And so even tonight, I think it was tonight, I was putting my oldest to bed. I was doing something to annoy him, which I'm really good at that. And he was like, Dad, stop. If you stop, then I'll give you a third Zelda game. That was what he's... I'm like, what do you mean the third Zelda game? He's like, well, there was Breath of the Wild. That's the first one. And then Tears of the Kingdom. That's the second one. And if you stop doing this, then I will give you the third it'll be the third Zelda game. So then I went through the whole thing. I'm like, well...
Actually...
Dude, I'm like, when Breath of the Wild came out, you were like a month old. And I was like, so this game has taken 6 years to come out. So maybe the third one will come out in another 6 years. So maybe when you're, 12, you can you can get the third Zelda game. He's like, no, Daddy, Mommy and I are gonna buy it for you as a present. I'm like, oh, that feels good.
My kids already talked about buying Tears of the Kingdom for me for a Father's Day gift, just so that they can play it.
They can play it, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can have fun playing with them at least, right? Like watching them play it and working with them. So
yeah, I would definitely. I'd have fun playing it. I'd just be annoyed by the breaking weapons and the stamina the entire time, just like I was with Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll never beat it anyway. So
yeah, it's cool.
My daughter actually came down and grabbed every one of our Zelda games off the shelf and laid them out on the couch the other day.
Oh, to see them? Okay.
Yeah, just to see them all, yeah.
I should show all of my Zelda games to the kids. I don't have them all.
You should lay them out in order. The ones you have in order.
Ding, 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 yeah.
Which ones do you not have, though?
Actually, the one that I do want is Minish Cap, the GBA one. Yeah, that's the one that I'm missing.
I've resold it for friends twice now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know I wanted it until I got into Zelda. I've only been a Zelda fan like since just before Breath of the Wild. Like, as I played the original ones in preparation for Breath of the Wild, because I wanted to play it while everyone else was playing it, because I like being in that like zeitgeist.
Yeah.
So I played 1, 2, Link to the Past. I started Ocarina of Time, but I couldn't get through it before Breath of the Wild came out. So I just skipped it and went right to Breath of the Wild.
I remember playing Ocarina of Time in high school, taking turns with a friend. We'd pass the cartridge back and forth.
Yeah, it's fun, right? Like, did you say cartridge or controller?
Cartridge.
Oh, so you were like
from his house to mine, yeah.
Oh, okay, going back and forth.
Like, it was his game, and he let me borrow it, and then I beat some stuff he couldn't and gave it back to him, and yeah.
Okay, interesting.
The water temple.
I still haven't beaten Ocarina of Time. I still need to go there and do it, but I need to do this one first. I'm like, again, I'm being caught up in the zeitgeist, and I'm enjoying seeing what people create on Twitter, like the monstrosities, the vehicles that they're driving, and it just looks really cool. And one day I'll get there, and it'll be cool. But I'm super cheesing this game right now. Like, you get rocks that fall from the sky, so you can just get on it and rewind that object to go flying up into the sky. And then you can just dive off and paraglide wherever you want to go. Yeah. So I know I'm missing a lot of story and a lot of cool encounters and upgrades and stuff, but I'm just like, I kind of want to go there now and do that. So
what I did was, any way I could, get to every tower in Breath of the Wild. Just every tower. I want them all unlocked. I want to see the whole map as much as possible.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I've only unlocked 2 or 3 of the towers. So, and I'm in the middle of doing one of the equivalent of the Great Beast, or I
never did any of them in Breath of the Wild at all.
Breath of the Wild, yeah. I mean, that's where the traditional Zelda comes in. Those are like the traditional dungeons puzzles. They're way more complicated versions of shrines.
Okay.
So you might actually like that, because you really got to think about it. So
it depends.
Yeah.
If it's Shadow of the Colossus style, I will not.
It's not.
I hated that.
No, it's literally, you're inside it, and it's a puzzle, and you got to figure out inside what's going on and how to manipulate the environment to do things that you needed to do, or to access different areas.
Okay.
So, and then there's a boss battle at the end, so you can do that.
I've had Minish Cap twice. In 2016, I sold it for my friend, $40, and it was complete in box.
Oh, I would have taken that.
Yeah,
if I'd have known.
It's 2016. And then another time I had it 2016 loose, and I sold it to Good Time Games for $20.
Yikes.
I bought it for $5 off garage sale.
Man. Now you can't find it for less than 100
Yeah.
loose.
Yeah.
I have a friend who says he might have it, and if he finds it, he'll give it to me to add to my collection. But I
Yeah.
doubt he can find it. So
Yeah.
we shall see. So
I do not have Majora's Mask. I don't have any of the handheld ones.
I think I have all the other than Minish Cap, I have all the handheld ones. I have Ocarina on N64, but I don't have Majora's Mask on N64, but I have them both on the 3DS. So I don't know how that counts. I do want to get it for N64 at some point, but I don't want to pay the price that it is right now. So it's not that expensive, but it's just a little bit more. Maybe if I go to swap as a patron and not a vendor.
Yeah. Or
I
you
can
go
actually-
and build some money up at the swap and then go out and get it.
Yeah.
Make an offer to somebody low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be cool. And eventually my plan is to play all of them, which is really funny because for the longest time, I've never didn't give a crap about Zelda. Didn't play it, didn't care, didn't whatever. And so even my friends around me who had played Zelda were like, you should play it. It's fun. I would just kind of like brush them off, like, don't care. I'm to the point now where I've played more Zelda games than they have. So eventually I'll get through to playing them all, but just haven't got there yet. I try to do one a year. I think I didn't do one last year, or maybe I did. Did I not? I can't remember. Wind Waker, whenever Wind Waker was Cartridge Club Game of the Month, that was the last year that I played a Zelda game until
I
now.
remember when that was.
And that was either last year or the year before. It might have been 2 years ago.
I'm thinking it was last, but
I think last year was Twilight Princess. Because I think it was Wind Waker, then they did Twilight Princess, because they try to do one every year. And this
Yeah.
year they're doing Tears of the Kingdom, but they're doing it in June, I think. Because normally they do it in April.
I don't remember.
I think normally they do a Zelda game in April.
So Wind Waker was 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and the
Last year was
release
Twilight
date
Princess.
of the video was May 10th. So
Yeah.
premiered
It was
May 10th. So April game, yeah. Twilight Princess 11 months ago. Yep. So that means they're coming up on it. So June.
They're doing June this year because they delayed it for Tears of the Kingdom to be the game of the month.
I see. Yeah, I guess.
There's no way I can finish Tears of the Kingdom by the end of June. There's no way I'll be close to being
Don't
done.
have to finish it.
But I will. But I don't want to rush to finish it by the end of June because there's a lot of stuff there.
Just play it. Just play it.
And I will, yeah. That's what I'm saying. All
Play
I'm
it,
saying
talk
is I'm
about
not going to be.
Join the
I'm not-
podcast. Talk about it unfinished.
But there will be people there who have finished it and they will talk about it, and I don't want to hear about
Yeah.
it. So
I don't think it matters.
it
Story
probably
doesn't matter. What, he's going to defeat Ganon? Whoa.
No, whoa. Calm it down over there.
Surprise, surprise. Honestly, Tears of the Kingdom makes it sound like somebody dies. Somebody who is a
A main character?
main character and a royalty, you'd think. I actually thought
Yeah.
about the Queen dying right after, right? They announced it,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
the Queen died not long after.
Yeah.
Surprised they didn't change something, but hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I've been very distracted from Tears of the Kingdom by, oh, there's the pupper
There's the pupper ears flapping.
flapping around. Stinky dog. I've been distracted from playing Tears of the Kingdom because I've been watching a lot of stuff.
No.
I have
You catching up on movies?
some movies, not all movies. I got really distracted by two TV series that are related.
Oh. Two TV series that are related to Zelda or related to
No.
Nicolas Cage?
No, neither.
Related to each other, you mean?
Related to each other, yes.
Oh, I see.
You want to take a guess?
see.
I mean, it will be kind of obvious
If
once
you
I
say Breaking
one.
Bad,
I have been thinking of rewatching that one though, because
I haven't even seen it.
I've seen a couple clips on YouTube. I'm like, dang, that was a good show. I want to watch that again.
Yeah, I think I saw season 1 and the first episode of season 2 or something like that.
Yeah. It goes crazy. Anyways, no, it's not Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. Although I do need to get back to Better Call Saul too. I think I only watched season 1, and I know they're on much later than that. So
I'm just trying to think of shows. If you say Game of Thrones, I also be disappointed.
not Game of Thrones. That's hard to go
'cause it
back
had a
to after the
spin-off show.
failure of the last. Not a spin-off show, no.
You said two shows that are
Sorry,
related.
It's,
so
it's
that's
a
why.
spin-off show of something, but not Game of Thrones spin-off.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I
Okay.
was gonna say if you went back to Game of Thrones and the spin-off show, then
No.
anyway. So it's Clarkson's Farm and Top Gear.
No. Something I've never seen before. This is a new show.
I don't
Not that you would ever know.
This is like
what I've
this is
seen.
like my son telling me to guess something. It's
Guess
like you give
what
me
I'm
no
thinking.
hints. I have no idea what you're talking about. Just tell me what it is already.
If I give you any hints, it's going to give it away. That's the problem.
Perfect.
I know.
Perfect.
So it's a little show called Star Wars Andor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't even finished. Well, Mandalorian just came out with more episodes, right?
Yeah, season 3.
Recently, I haven't
Yeah.
watched that yet. I did watch the other Mandalorian, but I forget if I watched all of it or not. I thought I did, but
Did you do Boba Fett? Did you watch Boba Fett?
no, never
Okay.
did. I never even watched Rogue One and whatever the heck other movies there are. I haven't seen
Okay.
those. I've only seen one of them, I think.
I would say if you haven't seen Rogue One right now, watch Andor and then watch Rogue One, because it kind of leads into it, and it's cool. Rogue One is really good.
I like release order is my problem too, and then part of the thing that slows me down is just figuring out the freaking release order.
Yeah.
Like, what's the next movie that I haven't seen? Because I don't even remember. I never saw Force Awakens.
You haven't seen Force Awakens?
Pretty sure I never saw Force
Oh,
Awakens.
okay. Come over and watch that in 3D. I want to watch that again. I have a 3D Blu-ray.
What else? I'm looking at your movies to see. Obviously, I've
So you haven't seen any of the new, any of the new Star Wars movies?
I thought I saw. What's the?
After, because Force Awakens is the first of the new trilogy, right? Then
Oh,
the
then I
Last
have to have seen
Jedi.
it. I have to have seen it.
Then Last Jedi.
This is-
Last Jedi. Then Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, I have to have seen Force Awakens then. Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
Okay. I was like,
I
you
remember
must have
it.
seen that one.
Yeah, but that's the only one I saw then.
Okay.
So I never saw Last Jedi. Never saw Rogue One.
Rise of Skywalker. Did you watch Han
Yeah,
Solo? Or Solo?
No,
whatever it's
see, I
called?
saw Solo. So I never saw Force Awakens then. I don't remember.
No.
I just had to skip through it and see.
They're fun. Anyways, obviously Andor and Rogue One are related. I watched Rogue One in theaters, and then obviously Andor came out years later. So, but if you haven't seen them you haven't seen Rogue One already, I would suggest watching Andor first and then going into Rogue One. Because I almost did that, but then I got distracted by the next series that I watched, which was Mandalorian season 3. That which you kind of mentioned. Anyways, Andor is good. I feel like some plot lines kind of went nowhere, or they were just kind of there for the reason of they had to just be there for some reason. They're to, cause controversy, or maybe they're building the building blocks for a season 2, which I kind of hope they do, because it was a good series. It's more mature than most of the other like kiddie Star Wars for some reason. It's not dumbed down, so that made it more interesting. So yeah. And then season 3 of Mandalorian I also watched, and I watched these like back to back, so just did like Andor straight into Mandalorian. I wanted to do Rogue One in between, but then I watched the first season or the first episode of Mandalorian, so I was like, I'm just gonna do this, I guess. So watched it. It's also good. Same kind of thing. I feel like they're kind of stretching for some plots on those ones. There is an overarching plot line, but sometimes they get stuck in the weeds with some like side plot, and you're just like, this has nothing to do with this. It's kind of cool to see, but doesn't really matter. And there's a few moments that really pull you out of the show, namely the celebrity episode. There's an episode that has Jack Black in it, Christopher Lloyd, and what's that? There's a singer. I can't remember her name now. I had it before.
Sounds like
Lizzo. Is this Lizzo?
I don't know who that is in my life.
Anyways.
No idea. No clue.
So they go to this planet and they're like, there's all these people. And you're just like,
It's
I
the
can't-
celebrity planet.
I know. I can't see past Jack Black. He's got his massive bushy beard. I'm just like, I can't. You could be anybody you want right now, but I don't care. You are Jack Black. I don't care what character you're playing. And
Naturally,
that kind of,
no.
that pulls me out of like the whole Star Wars universe thing, right? That whole planet was just kind of like a side thing. So, but there is a cool like little lore thing when they show this isn't in the show, but someone pointed it out, and it would be kind of cool if they did it, where they have Christopher Lloyd he plays like a security officer on this planet, and so the screenshot is like, long time ago, a man showed up in a DeLorean, and started this religion that finally got confused into a Mandalorian. And I'm like, that would be clever if they did this, but they never actually alluded to it. But
they wouldn't. Star
It'd be
Wars
cool,
isn't
though.
cool enough to do that.
it would be cool though.
Star Wars has its own head up its own too much. Yeah.
But so yeah, Mandalorian, good. I don't know where they're gonna go with that show now, but it's making money, so
Yeah. I was enjoying it. I just don't remember what it was doing anymore when I finished.
they give you for every episode, whatever they're going to deal with, they recap whatever season that storyline goes into, so they catch you up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I'm glad they did that. Saved me from having to go back.
They just assume we're all dumb anyway.
Yeah. So.
Well, TV shows I've been watching and have not finished. I think I have one episode left. The latest season of Barry.
Oh, that's next on my list. Is that on your Plex? Because I need to.
It is on my Plex.
They're on what, season 3 or 4 now?
4.
Okay.
Let me double check that it's all there because I was gonna delete it.
Do you not?
Looks like it's still there.
Okay.
It's only 8 episodes a season, I think.
Yeah, and they're like quick, right? Like 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, right? They're nice.
I don't remember.
I thought they were pretty short.
Why did I feel like that? Yeah, they're 29 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll be an easy watch.
It's season 4, like halfway through the show is just like, what?
Just chaos?
What? It makes no sense. Why are you doing this?
Every show's going to get to that point at some point, right? Like,
Just get back. No, it's not even just weird. It's like side tangent that doesn't matter, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Did you so have you finished it yet?
There's one episode I have left, I think. And then
Okay.
maybe the one episode still to come out. I don't remember for sure. If there's 8 episodes again in the season, then I have one left to watch that I have and one left that I don't have. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm guessing it hasn't come out yet, is my guess. But you never know. It may just not have obtained it.
Obtained.
And that is something I can find out shortly. Anyway,
Cool.
yeah, you should definitely watch seasons 1, 2, and 3.
I've seen 1, 2, and 3. I just need to catch up on season 4. I haven't started season 4 yet. That's next on my list.
Okay, so then the next episode comes out next Sunday. And that's the last episode, I believe.
Okay, perfect. I like waiting till the season's out, then I can just blow through it.
Yeah, but you should watch 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So I watched that. And that's all for TV that I've really worth mentioning and watching. I've been watching like Angie Tribeca again. Whenever
Okay.
I'm like, I want a show that's funny and I don't have to
Quick
think
and
too
easy.
hard.
Yeah.
It's hilarious and random. I like it. I think I might be finishing it up soon too. But I watched 2019's Hellboy.
Oh, with David Harbour?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
That
Yeah.
guy. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I talked to a coworker about it just the other day. He's like, yeah, it wasn't very good, right? I'm like, no, I liked it. I don't know. It was fun. It was Hellboy. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'd like to see Hellboy more. That's all that I care about. The world of Hellboy and the characters of Hellboy. I like it. It's fun. It's
I never
stupid
watched.
and fun.
I never knew much about Hellboy. Like I watched the original Hellboy, like the Guillermo
Yeah.
del Toro one with Ron
Yeah.
Perlman,
Yeah.
but I didn't know of Hellboy until I watched that movie. So
Same
I
here,
haven't gone to
yeah.
I haven't gone to the comics or anything or
No, me
books
neither.
or
Never.
okay. All right.
Nope. I saw that movie. I'm like, this is fun. It's stupid. It knows it's stupid and it's fun.
Did you watch the second one that he did? Or
Yeah.
maybe he
I
didn't
watched
do
it
but-
too. Yeah.
Okay.
I watched the second Rob Perlman, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. I heard not so good things about that one, but I
enjoyed
never
it
saw
too.
it. Okay.
Wow.
Maybe I should go back and watch those too. It's been I haven't seen those since I was in Africa when I watched those one of these. The first one.
So 2004 was the first one. 2008 was the second one, Golden Army, and then 2019 is the latest one.
Yeah.
I believe that's all of them.
It is.
I remember enjoying the second one. I don't remember if it was dumb, but
I think they're talking about doing a sequel to the 2019 one, but I think they're having trouble getting it off the ground.
okay. I don't remember the second one well enough. Maybe I never did see it, but don't know for sure. And there's a 2008? Oh, that's just a documentary. Never mind. Yeah. Is it an animated series?
I think there's an animated series. I think there's an
2006,
animated
2007?
Might be. You should watch that next.
Too. Right? I need more to watch.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 animated series. Oh, no, it's not a series. It's just a movie. It's a cartoon movie. It's the easiest way. It's an hour and something. Yeah.
Okay.
It's 2 of them. They're called Hellboy Animated, which is why I thought it was a series. But
Well, it used to be good.
So
what else? What else you got?
I
don't have
also-
much else. I got like.
That's
2
why I
more
figured you
things.
were leading
Yeah.
me to say something.
That's why I'm just like, you don't have to worry about making me look bad. I watched 2 TV shows and like
You made
2
yourself
movies.
look bad.
Yeah. I'm really
To
good
be
at
fair, it's TV shows that would take a long time to watch.
that. Yeah.
I watched a movie you watched.
Okay. Okay, give me a hint. Let me see if I can guess it.
Maybe I don't want to give you a hint.
Okay.
Anything I can tell you, you're going to figure it out.
Guess it. This is 20 questions. Okay.
It has a very small cast.
Very small. Oh, I know this one. The one with the tailor.
No.
No, not that one. That was a very small cast.
No. There are literally 4 people, 5 people with a voice actor credited in this movie.
Is it something I watched recently?
Yeah, I think we talked about it last episode or the one before that.
Really?
I think so. Or my sense of time is terrible, which it is.
I was gonna say this is. I'm looking real bad.
I'm just going to quiz you just to fill some time here.
Oh my gosh.
Have a drink.
With a voice actor.
Well,
That's what's throwing me.
Yeah. Think of a. I'm guessing the voice actor is from some kind of electronics or something. Yeah.
Can you give me a year?
It came out this year.
Well, I don't know.
What movies that came out this year did you watch? Mario movie?
Yeah. Okay, like theaters? Did I see it in theaters?
I don't think you did. I don't think so. No.
I have no idea.
65.
I haven't seen it yet.
I thought you told me you saw it.
No. I
Oh
thought I
my
haven't.
god. Okay.
Okay, that's why you lied to me. I was like,
I
"What the
thought
heck?"
you watched it. I swore you
No,
watched it.
I've added it to my Plex because I want to watch it,
Okay.
but I haven't.
I
got
watched it.
Is it? Please tell me it's good in a in a bad way, in a stupid way.
It's almost that. It's more just predictable, lame, and meh are the 3 notes I wrote for
Okay,
myself.
I just want to see Adam Driver shoot dinosaurs. Am I going to see that?
It's barely that.
Oh, don't wreck this for
Like,
me.
there's one scene of him shooting dinosaurs, and it's like, the jump cuts and the bad camera work, and you can barely see anything. But it's decent from that point of view.
Okay.
Yeah, it tries really hard to have a story that you should care about, but you don't.
Okay.
At least for me, it was.
I don't want to care about it. I just want.
It
to
was
have fun.
trying too hard,
Yeah. Okay.
but it was still decent. I mean, everything was predictable, but yeah,
It's the same
I thought you
reason.
saw it.
It's the same reason. Like I want to like that movie the same reason I like Pacific Rim, because it's dumb, stupid, hokey fun, and I just want to see.
But
monsters.
it's not enough fun. It's not enough
Okay.
of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, like they
I mean, Pacific
away
Rim
the
doesn't
fun.
Pacific Rim doesn't have a lot of the fun either. I want more, but obviously budget constraints come in, and I
But
will
the
argue.
fun in Pacific Rim is way more payoff than this.
Yeah,
is.
that's true. Okay. Oh wait, are you a Pacific Rim defender like I am? Because
Yeah, it's
I
decent.
know. Okay, because I know
Like, I would-
Bill and Kevin. I'm not sure about Joe. They all like just don't like that movie. I
Yeah,
know
no.
Richard's on our team. He likes
Yeah,
it.
Richard's on a team. That's all that matters, right? It's fun. Those
Pacific-
are fun movies. Those are more fun than this.
Pacific Rim in 3D looks great because
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't care about the rain, guys. Don't want to hear
saw
any rain things. Rainy
garage
rain
sale.
comments. Yeah.
A garage sale with a Godzilla that was 3 feet tall.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Not today, but on Facebook Marketplace the other day. I can't remember if it was here or near my parents' house, but the hand was broken off the Godzilla, and that was the only thing I could see wrong with it. And the hand was there on the ground. And I was like, I bet you that resells, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Godzilla like figures that are
Yeah, yeah.
expensive. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have 3 more things I watched.
Okay, go for it.
All right. I watched.
Are they Nicolas Cage related?
2 of them are.
Okay, we can go back and maybe do back. I have 2 Nicolas Cage movies.
Okay.
So
So I'll do one more
I-
that's not Nicolas Cage, then we Nicolas Cage.
did we do our Nicolas Cage run? Yeah, yeah. Okay.
All right. Cage run. 2 parsecs. Tetris. I watched the Tetris movie.
Oh, okay. It's been on my list to see as well.
Yeah. I watched it. It was better than I expected, but at the same time, I still really want to know how much of it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. It seems like they probably Hollywoodized things, but it sounds like a lot of what they said does carry through to reality. It seems like
Yeah.
the stuff about the Alexi guy and like the inventor, and I've heard enough times that it sounds like it's probably a lot true, but I'm still curious about the details and how it worked
Yeah.
out and whether anyone was actually ever at risk or not. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a decent movie though.
What
Like,
I
for
like-
a movie, it was decent. The fact that it's about a game made it more interesting. Even.
Yeah. A game that we all know, and yeah.
Yeah.
What I find very interesting about this, the Tetris movie in particular is, I remember when they announced they're making a Tetris movie, and everyone immediately went to, how are they going to make a movie about Tetris? Like they're thinking, falling blocks from the sky? Are they
Yeah,
going to make this
like
a
Pixels.
disaster movie like Pixels? Yeah. In my head,
Also,
this
for
is
the
ki-
record, I did not dislike Pixels.
Okay, I haven't seen Pixels because I just haven't watched it, so
You should have judged for yourself.
I should. Everyone was going that way, but when I first heard, oh, they're making a Tetris movie, this was the movie I originally thought. I'm like, oh, they'll probably just do like the making of Tetris, because I'm pretty sure that's an interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
But then everyone started saying falling blocks from the sky, and so I dismissed my original idea because I'm like, oh, yeah, well, knowing Hollywood, they would do that. They would make a disaster movie out of this. So I'm completely wrong. So I'm glad like my original thought was.
Have you heard that they've made a BlackBerry movie?
I heard they're making one. I didn't think it'd come out yet.
I think it's done.
Okay.
I know of people who have seen it.
Okay.
So I worked at BlackBerry for like 8 years, and a lot of people are saying that there's a lot of Hollywoodizing to this movie, and things that are said just don't make sense or don't add up. Or I know people who were there from 1998 on, and
Okay.
just things don't make sense. There's a YouTuber that I watch who worked there that I know. People that know him, and he worked there in 92 and up to like 2008, and he said, yeah, this is just Hollywoodized, and so there's shadows of truth or bits of truth to it, but
Yeah.
that's not the right personalities, and this is not that, and the timing doesn't make sense, and why are they showing this phone at this stage when that phone hasn't existed for another 5 years? Like it's literally at the pager times, and in the trailer they show a full-on BlackBerry from like 2004.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense why you would show in 1994 you'd show a 2004 phone. It's just, but that could just be trailer editing. I don't know for sure, but I think someone said that didn't make sense either. But anyway,
Okay.
sounds like that's very Hollywoodized. But I still want to see it because literally the town that it's about is this town that we live
It's here.
right?
Yeah, where we
Like,
live.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
And I walked those buildings and I was in meetings with those people. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll
It
probably
would
watch
be
it
cooler
at
if
some
they
point.
if they recorded in the original buildings. That'd be even better.
Well,
Because
that's way
half
too
of them
much
are
work.
empty now.
That's true. Actually, I don't. They're probably all rented out to like startups now.
A lot of them are, but some of them are still empty as far as I've seen.
Yeah. I remember the RIM takeover. So RIM is Research in Motion, which just for people,
Yeah,
Research in
became
Motion.
BlackBerry. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, even when BlackBerry was around, you still referred to it as RIM or whatever. Like we saw RIM
Yeah.
Park. RIM Park is still a park here.
Yeah.
Or we refer to it as RIM Park anyway.
The company was called Research in Motion and later renamed themselves to BlackBerry because BlackBerry was their number one product.
Yeah.
Really their only product.
So, but I remember driving around town and like RIM just building buildings everywhere and taking over, and yeah, I was here for that, and that was
Especially at the university.
crazy. Yeah, a lot of university
Philip
stuff.
and Columbia, Philip and Albert, all that area.
Yeah.
And then it spread over to the
And now we
university
have,
and
I have all the bins
Northfield.
there for all those buildings they're renovating for new buildings or new companies going in there and making them into student residences and yeah. So cool.
That's funny.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I remember seeing Jim Balsillie in the what was it? At the premiere of Quantum of Solace, the James Bond movie in the theater.
Okay.
He was in the same lineup as us to go see that movie.
Why was he in lineup at all?
I don't know. It was back in the day where you couldn't pre-order your tickets, right? You had to just buy tickets and get in line and hope you get a good seat. So,
I got to go on the BlackBerry private jet.
did you?
Yes. They had
That's cool.
two. First they had one, then that one got older and they got a second one. And I got to ride in the old one when it was older. It was no
Okay.
longer the one they used anymore. It was
Yeah.
the one they used to like send people to special
Sure,
events
people
and
around, yeah,
people who it was basically I was doing a favor for them basically. I got to fly to the States and it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Because normally I didn't travel for work, and I'm like, no, I'm not traveling for work. I'm like, what if you guys
I'll
take the
go
private jet?
if.
Yeah, no, I didn't have to propose it. My boss did. I think it was actually my boss's boss who's like, what if we send them in the private jet? I'm like, okay, sure, that sounds like a good experience. And then I spent the next 36 hours awake troubleshooting computer problems for a customer. It's a simple way of putting it, but
yeah.
yeah, at a corporate level and crap. But
Lovely.
yeah, fun.
Cool. All right, who's going first with Nicolas Cage?
You
We're
are.
about to
I've
lose-
talked way too much.
Okay. I watched the next one on the list, which you can probably guess. Do you want to guess which one I watched? Ooh. I
The
actually
next
watched
one on
this.
the lot. Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
about. Yeah, I forgot you might actually go by the list because you
I'm
haven't
going by the
been
list.
so far, and you
I have-
haven't
I've
marked
been-
that you watched it yet.
Oh, no, I haven't marked anything.
So you finally watched Racing the Moon.
I watched that 2 episodes ago, man.
You didn't mark it in the list yet. Okay.
I haven't marked anything.
Oh yeah,
on
you
the
watched
list.
Cotton Club.
Yeah.
Birdie, you hadn't seen yet.
We talked about that last
Okay,
episode.
you did. Boy in Blue. Then that
Boy
was the
in
one.
Blue. There we go.
Okay, you need to update the list.
I need to
Get her done.
you need to send me the link for that again. I lost it.
You need to. Okay, I'll just share it from our shared account.
I know. I just don't even look at it. All right, I watched The Boy in Blue, which I think you said you think that I would. You thought that I would have enjoyed.
Yeah, I just thought you would. Yeah,
Okay.
you're like I didn't like it at all.
I didn't really like it, to
No.
be honest. This is the I think it's a very low budget movie because I think they're trying him for a leading man. But was this Francis Ford
And
Coppola?
a period movie.
No,
too.
and it's a period piece. Yeah, this wasn't
so-
Coppola movie though. I don't think
I
this
have
was.
no idea. It's not the kind of thing I pay attention to.
Yeah, I have been.
No, it's not.
So same thing. He's a bootlegger running rum across the lake from the Canada to the States. He gets drafted into like making this rowing team because rowing thing is maybe it's just because I just don't care about rowing. Like
I don't care about rowing
I don't
either,
care
but it's
either.
just like it's kind of like one of those topics you don't care about, but you see it and you're like, oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Like the pretending that they I don't know the truth behind the sliding chair thing.
the
right?
sliding seat in the rowing
I'm
thing,
assuming
yeah.
there's some truth to that, and maybe they
Yeah.
brought this guy's name that's the real inventor. I don't know, but just
Yeah.
knowing that information is kind of neat. That they used
Yeah.
to
I like
grease their
seeing-
butts and whatever.
I liked seeing the boats. Obviously, all the different boats in the movie. That was the most interesting part of the movie for me. Like looking to the back. The most interesting boat in that movie is the Seguin, which I don't know if you know of the Seguin, but that boat used to run the Great Lakes. Now that boat runs in Gravenhurst, Ontario, and runs Lake Muskoka, which
Oh, okay.
I've been on that boat many times. So they used that boat in the movie, and they actually filmed in Gravenhurst to use that boat.
Oh, okay.
So that when I was going through credits, that was pretty cool. I can say that's my connection to Nicolas Cage, is that we've both been on the Seguin. We're sweet. We're
I was gonna make a dirty joke, and I decided not to.
So, but yeah, it's fine. He's not cagey in this one. He's trying to play it pretty straight.
Yeah, he's a little bit obsessed, crazy. That part with the girl, like when he's like chasing her down and stuff.
Yeah.
That's getting towards cagey.
Yeah, starting to, yeah.
Yeah,
Same thing where this is still his womanizer trope is still here.
Yeah. Yeah. He starts out with it.
Yeah.
And then it turns to obsessed with one woman trope, which he also has a lot too.
Yeah. Well, maybe see that later, but
Yeah, you definitely see it. You definitely see it later.
So, yeah. Yeah, it was fine. It's probably not one I'll watch again, but I guess I've put it on the list.
Yay!
Yay!
So okay,
but I haven't put it on the list
so
yet.
let's go to me next, or what?
Let's go to you next. Yep.
All right. 'Cause I'm assuming you just did the next one on the list.
I did the next one on the list. Yeah.
I jumped to one that didn't exist on the list
Okay.
because it was too new.
The Old Way.
No, Renfield.
Renfield. Okay.
Yeah, the Old Way was on the list. Did you add that, or did?
I haven't. I think that one came out when we were talking
Okay,
about
it's on the list. When we made the list, it was there.
it. Okay.
But I watched Renfield.
Renfield. Okay.
Renfield was fun. It wasn't too much Nicolas Cage, but
Yeah.
the movie itself was fun in the same kind of way as Hellboy is,
Okay. Yeah.
where it's
Like
just like
monster
stupid
movie,
fun,
yeah, stupid
monster
fun, yeah.
movie, gory as well, that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
and just fun.
And it's probably pretty cagey. I mean, it's Cage playing Dracula, right? Like.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
in it a lot, considering like he's supposed to be basically the antagonist, but
Yeah.
and even in it, I don't know. Yeah, he's cagey, but he doesn't get a chance to show off his caginess as much
Okay.
as you might hope. But I assume he was only in the movie so that they can attach his name to it. And I'm pretty sure I heard that he always wanted to play Dracula. Is that right?
Oh,
Did you
maybe.
hear that?
Yeah. I haven't heard
I thought
that, but
I thought
could see
Dracula and like Elvis, like those are like the characters
His-
he's kind of seemed like.
wanted
I
to
thought
play.
I heard he wanted to. Yeah, I don't remember where I
Okay.
heard that. Yeah. He's also got a lot of movies where he does Elvis stuff too. A lot of movies. I mean, the ones I've made it through so far, and I know there's at least a couple more. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. Renfield is fun. Just
Renfield's
watch
fun.
it.
I will. I will when I get there. But maybe I should break Street Date too. Maybe I should. Just
Or
do
that one you can wait for like Halloween or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. I might break out special occasion movies too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
All right.
All right, next one I watched. Peggy Sue Got Married.
I was gonna say, did you do the next one on the list? And you did.
Sure did. I'm predictable.
Do you think you're gonna watch Raising Arizona next? Maybe.
I mean, I technically have seen that one already, so I might skip it,
Oh.
but I might watch it again.
If you can't rate it, then watch it again. But if you can
Yeah.
rate it, then just skip it. Yes.
Yeah. Well, so we'll see. I might start it and see. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't remember.
So-
I remember most of it, but anyways.
Peggy Sue got
Sue.
married.
Peggy
What
Sue
are
Got
your
Married.
thoughts?
I liked it. From
I
what
liked
I
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it. I think this one is Cage is off the rails in this movie, and I don't know. Like he's doing the Elvis thing you're talking about. He's doing his Elvis thing in this. He's got the Elvis
Yeah.
hair. This is the movie where he did his teeth. He's fixed his teeth.
Oh.
They're straight and they're perfect, and they're not like in the other movies. It's going from like Boy in Blue, where you had like the huge tooth gap, and then this one is like straight. So maybe they're
didn't
fake.
notice.
Maybe they're fake teeth. I don't know. But
I thought I
that's-
remembered he sounded. I thought I remembered he was sounded like he was wearing fake teeth.
I don't know what he's. His
don't remember.
voice. He's doing something strange with his voice. This is. And
He's
this
trying to sound young for part of it. That looks like fake teeth, to be honest. I'm just skipping through the trailer.
Okay.
And it looks like fake teeth when he's young. At that point.
They look like that the whole time. But anyways, this is also a Francis Ford Coppola movie. I know we've been pointing this out. So this is a Coppola
Yeah.
movie, which I haven't really liked up until
Which is
this
the
point.
director and his uncle.
Yes. Who's basically been forcing him into all these movies. So Francis Ford
Yeah.
Coppola had made Nicolas Cage a star by sheer will, by sheer like I'm forcing you to be in this, and you will make it. But yes, young Kathleen Turner, good looking girl. Young Joan White, not so good looking, but I recognize her from a lot of things. And this is Sofia Coppola is also in this movie, which is, I think, Ford and Francis Ford Coppola's daughter. And she's the one who ruined Godfather Part 3. She was the worst part of that movie. She's not a great part of this movie, but at least she plays like the young, annoying sister. So she's part of it. And then the one guy that stuck out to this movie, I know I'm just name dropping right now, Kevin J. O'Connor. You probably don't know him, but I saw him and I'm like, I know you from somewhere. He played Benny in the Mummy movies, which I just watched.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he's got hair in this movie and he's way younger. And I was just like,
okay.
But the way he said certain things, I'm like, that sounds like another guy. That sounds like that Benny guy.
Huh.
It's funny that his real name is ends in O'Connor, and then Brendan Fraser's name in the Mummy movies is O'Connor.
Oh, I didn't notice. I didn't realize.
So yeah.
Huh.
So,
That's
anyways, yeah,
funny.
Peggy Sue, good movie. Some of the stuff. I'm curious when. So this came out in '86. When did Back to the Future come out?
I thought it was an '84 movie.
Was it '84? Because
'85.
okay. Well, they were probably doing them at the same, filming them at the same time ish, maybe. Because where Back to the Future is so worried about like, oh, if you do this in the past, it affects the future. Peggy Sue is not worried about that at all. They go back and I'm like, she's name dropping. Oh, they're gonna land on the moon, and we're gonna product development.
They almost make it like it's a dream. Like it's almost like she's going back into her own dream, right?
And it is. Technically it is, right? Because she faints and she wakes up in another time, and then she wakes up and she's in a hospital bed, that kind of thing, right? Like,
yeah, like it never actually happened. Yeah.
No. But it is real enough that you're not sure if it could be.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
And then she goes and talks to the Stonecutters.
Yeah, essentially. And has
the
this
Illuminati. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, good. This is the opposite where, again, Nicolas Cage does his switch from he's a womanizer, and this one he is not a womanizer. He is dead set on you and I are in a relationship, and we are going to be in a relationship. We might break up, we might see other people, but in the end, we're going to come back together.
When he's young, yes.
Yeah. When he's young,
then he cheats when he's older, right?
When he's older, but it's mentioned, but that's about it. And I don't know. He says more, or sorry, Peggy Sue talks more about, we started arguing about bills. And that seems to be like the main reason they broke up, because they were arguing about money or something like that.
Okay.
So
In my brain, it was that he had cheated and that was the problem, but I don't remember anymore. It's been too long.
Yeah, I can't remember if his cheating was the crux of it or the money was the problem, and then he started dating another girl after they were getting divorced or something like that. So
And you're going to name drop without name dropping Jim Carrey?
yes, very young Jim Carrey. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
And
like
Helen
Nicolas
Hunt.
Cage's friend.
And
Yes,
Helen Hunt is her daughter in the so there's a lot of big names in this. So yeah, pretty fun. Aside from all the like time travel stuff, which is in quotes because you don't know if it's real or not.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie. So
It's a good movie. Like the story was decent, even if it's sometimes silly.
I mean, let's take it into perspective. Young Nicolas Cage is actually a good guy. He's a little bit possessive, but even when she goes back as her older self in her younger self's body, she's like, whatever, I want to have a fling. She's actually a bad person. She goes out and cheats on him, right?
Yeah.
With the other guy.
With the guy that she knows is going to be rich later.
No, with the athlete guy. With the writer. She doesn't cheat with the guy who's going to be rich, the nerd.
Oh, okay. I'm remembering.
She cheats with the runner, the athlete, the author guy. And that's where the you're not sure if it's real or not, because they never talked in high school in real life. Then they talked in the dream, they became friends and had a fling. Then they come back to the real life, and then in his new book, it's dedicated to Peggy Sue. And that's why you're just like, did it happen in real life or not? Did she actually go back and change something, or did she not? I don't know. So not that we'll see. We'll never see. But anyways, so
Eric will watch it and he'll tell us.
He'll tell us.
Or we'll just look for a book report on it.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure who's the good guy and who's the bad guy in this movie, because Peggy Sue was apparently fine up until she was older and then went back and cheated in her mind. Whether or not that's real because of the book thing.
Yeah.
Does that excuse Nicolas Cage's behavior in the future, whether or not he did or not cheat? Who knows? But as far as I know, Nicolas Cage did fine. From what you saw of him, he was a straight shooter. When she wanted to have a fling and he didn't, because he said, no, we're not. You said you didn't want to do this. You need to hold by your convictions. And, he was standing up for her when she wanted to change. So he was a good guy, in my opinion. So, but then apparently later he became a jerk. So
yeah.
We never saw it. But Peggy Sue was, the jerk. So,
which we saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a very fun, or not fun, but it's just an interesting way to frame a movie, because you're rooting for Peggy Sue, but then you see her do all this dumb stuff that makes her kind of the bad person.
Yeah, which like drinking alcohol from her dad's liquor cabinet when she's supposed to be a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, but she's older in her mind, so
exactly, yeah. And she's trying to cope with being in the situation, and alcohol is her answer.
Yeah. But it's even less. It's honestly, it's all the cheating stuff. That's what makes her lose all of her credibility in my mind. So, but anyways, yeah, that's it. That's what I gotta say. I still haven't heard if anyone's watched Birdie. I'd love to hear people's opinions of these movies. If you're watching them with us, because I'd love to know. Send us a voicemail on Anchor. I don't know if you do that anymore, but send us an email at notsospecialpodcast@gmail.com. Talk to us on Twitter at notsospecialpod.
Discord.
Come on. Discord. Get in our Discord server that's non-existent.
It's there. Just because it's not good doesn't mean it's not there.
That's true. So, just like us. Just because we're not.
If we go back to the list and we ignore that I've jumped ahead and done some random ones here and there.
Okay.
Your next movie will be Raising in Arizona, and the next movie in release order from that, or close to release order, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care about months. Same year, is Moonstruck.
Okay.
Last night, my wife and I watched Moonstruck together. Because I told her Cher's in the movie.
Okay. Yeah.
So she said, yeah, sure, let's watch it. So we watched it. We enjoyed it. My wife really enjoyed it. She woke up this morning and said, I really liked that movie.
I remember seeing that VHS in my parents' VHS thing. I don't know where we got it from, but I know my mom had it at some point.
Oh, okay.
But I was never allowed to watch it, obviously. But
yeah,
I don't know why I wasn't allowed to watch it. So I'll find out now.
I did not watch it on VHS because I couldn't find the tape that the recording of it. I have too many recordings, like 1,200 of them. It's too many. I can't find it.
You
I
can't
did
Google
find
search that?
Yeah, exactly. No, I did find a tool that will take you point it to a video or a series of videos, and it will create thumbnail pictures that have snapshots throughout.
Okay.
So you can get an idea of what's in your tape. But just doing that with my first folder of movies, which is like 800 or not movies, but tape recordings, which is like 900 recordings, I could not find it. Maybe it's less than 900. I think it's 700. Anyway, and the next one I did all the thumbnails, but didn't go back to review them because it takes a while going through all these pictures. So I didn't find the tape, and we just watched it on Plex.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's there anyway, but it's a weird story. I just did not expect it going the way it went. But anyway, I had heard that Cher demanded Nicolas Cage to be in this movie. Like she had seen him or something and said, if we're going to make this movie, Nicolas Cage has to be that guy.
Okay.
And we're like, I won't make this movie unless he's in it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so that's the only reason why he's in it, even though the director didn't think he was suited for the role. So he's...
Who directed it?
Norman Jewison? I have no idea who that is.
All right.
I'm
not Francis Ford Coppola. That's all we got.
Not Francis Ford Coppola. He also did Jesus Christ Superstar, The Hurricane, In the Heat of the Night. What else? He's a director, a producer. He's only acted 5 times. I don't know what any of these other ones are. That's
Yeah, well.
pretty. Yeah, yeah. Dinner with Friends. That sounds familiar. That's teen movie. Never mind. No, I have no idea. But anyway, the movie is interesting. The story is interesting. There are people you'll recognize throughout. It's just unexpected story to me, and it still like wraps all up in the end in a way that you're like, what the heck just happened? But okay. But my wife says she liked the way it ended. I'm just like, I don't think I did. I don't think I
Okay.
did. Yeah.
So you
You'll
didn't
have to
like it
watch
then?
for yourself. By the time you watch it, I won't remember what I thought of it anyway.
That's true, yeah.
So,
Well, I'll probably again. I've been trying to do 2 a month, so I will get to it at least by next month.
Sure.
Hey, I've been doing pretty good. You can't.
You have a whole bunch of video game stuff to price.
I know. I'll put it on. I'll put it on the one monitor while I have the other one going.
You're welcome. And then you won't have anything to say because you're like, I don't remember the movie.
I don't remember. Yeah, it's been too long. Well, actually, I kind of back myself into a corner because I kind of watch the movies the week before we record, so I have them kind of fresh.
Yeah.
But then by the time it comes down to, I'm like, oh, I need to watch this. I kind of have something else. I'm like, but I really want to watch this other thing. But no, I gotta watch this Nicolas Cage, and then it kind of feels like homework. So maybe I shouldn't do that. But we'll see.
Probably
I
not.
probably will
You
do it
should
again
just,
this month.
you're better off just writing one sentence of notes.
I won't do that. You know I won't do that.
No, you won't. You have a phone, right? You just boop, 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 do,
I know.
tape
I
it
know.
out to yourself.
Then I'll forget I have my notes somewhere and be like,
Oh, jeez. Then email it to the not so special pod at Gmail.
yeah, that won't happen either.
If you're watching 2 movies, then it's Raising Arizona and Moonstruck.
And Moonstruck, yeah, that sounds right.
And then your
Finally
next
getting to some good stuff, hopefully.
Your next 2 will involve Vampire's Kiss.
Perfect.
Which
I'm looking forward to
really
that
want
one.
to hear what you have to say about that.
I'm
and
looking
Never
forward.
on a Tuesday. I have no idea what that is.
Sounds like you should watch that one. Not this month, but next month.
I should
so
watch it tomorrow.
No. I think we should save that one so that we can actually talk about one movie, but we both haven't seen the same month. We gotta line up at some point here.
We're gonna have lots to say about Vampire's Kiss, I'm sure. Is Nicolas Cage even in this movie?
Is he a bit part?
He's not. Oh, he's uncredited.
Oh.
He's credited as, or his description here says "man in red sports car." So maybe we're skipping that.
So
one.
maybe we're skipping that one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the note uncredited there, and maybe you have to watch Time to Kill instead.
Okay.
That's next month. So
2 months from now, yeah.
2, yeah.
That's July.
Not A Time to Kill, but Time to
Time
Kill.
to Kill, yeah.
1989, not 1996. Nicolas Cage is on the poster for it, so he had better be in this movie.
Psych.
Oh, he looks pretty skinny in this too.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Set in 1936.
Another period piece.
Ethiopia. Should be fun. Does not sound like an uplifting movie at all.
So I'll probably
we'll
like
see.
it then.
Yeah. I can't wait till you get some of the other ones.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, slowly.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly.
I'm the tortoise man. Slow but sure. I'll get there eventually. I'm not burning out.
Oh, we just sit down one night and watch like 5 in a row.
Oh gosh.
Take a day off work. When's your next day off work that you don't get to work because they don't have enough work for you?
Those days are gone. It's summer now.
Okay.
I'm working
Kinda thought
full days now. So, anyways, that's about all for me. That's about all I got. You got lots going on or what?
I don't have lots going on.
All right.
I've
We're doing
picked
this
up more
week early.
tapes. I've recorded more tapes. I've got monitors on the floor. I've got tapes on the floor here, like several hundred done. Like I said, I don't know. Broken Betamax players. I got 4 iPods here that I want to do something with and haven't done anything with. I keep wanting to put music and music, like TV shows or something for the kids to entertain in the car. And then we went for a drive this weekend for Mother's Day, or busy my mother and parents and grandma. And we just put the kids on the switches in the back seat on the way up there, and they loved it.
Yeah.
They were
Perfect.
quiet. They loved it, and they were appreciative. And I reminded them to be appreciative. You don't get to
Remember,
do this
I
all the
can
time.
take this away at any
Yeah,
time.
yeah, and they didn't get to use it on the way home, but that's fine.
Yeah. So cool. Was that an episode then?
Sure, it's like the
We're get-
earliest episode we've ever finished.
No, we've done some hour-and-a-half ones before. We hit the
Yeah,
2
but we
hour
started
marks.
later.
We've hit the 2 hours, so I think we're good. If we had another week, like if we recorded next weekend, we could fill another hour maybe. But
So you're saying the next episode is going to be even longer?
yeah, because we have like a month and a week to add to that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind you, we'll forget half of what we've done at that point, but
That's why I take notes. You should take some notes. Oh, you know, I didn't tell you. You were talking about work. And I was asking if you did anything fun at work, and I was
Okay.
going to lead to on Thursday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday of last week, my coworkers start talking about how our director is away, and maybe we should do something to screw with him.
oh, pranking.
Yeah. So just before that, he had done a presentation to another team, another department in the same company, or really another company that was bought by the same company in Waterloo as well. And he went there and flew our drone to show them what we do. But at one point, he was waiting for the one person to get new batteries, and she just snapped a photo of him as he's sitting there with his hand on his chin.
Oh, looking very
thinking.
pensive. Yeah.
Very pensive. So that email or that picture went out to the company, like, "Hey guys, here's what we did," blah 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 blah, and a picture of Marcus doing this, my manager or my director, and so then all the people he goes to lunch with started sending memes to each other of him. Like, all these people are waiting for me to fly, but I forget which battery goes in next. And just one that's just like the math equations all around him. Looks
Yeah.
like he's doing math in his head. I forget what else, but more of like that. And so then my team's like, well, he's our director. If anyone's gonna meme him, we've got to meme him.
Yeah.
So we spent the next 2 days coming up with memes, and we came up with 42 of them.
Oh, jeez.
Just like quotes around the office, things around the team. Like one time I forget what we were talking about. I think barbecuing. Sometimes we do barbecues at work, and he's often the one cooking, and he says, "I'm great with sausages." So we have a meme of him now sitting there thinking, saying, "I am great with sausages."
So it sounds like, okay, what you gotta do is you gotta find the best one and print it poster size.
No.
Frame it and
Rather
put
than
it-
that,
Okay.
we printed all of them,
Okay.
put them on the wall in his office, and then inflated 250 balloons and put them in his office.
Oh, lovely. Even
So
better.
tomorrow we find out if he has a good sense of humor still after that. Yeah.
That should be funny. Especially
Very
take all the time to read all of them.
Yes. I'm going to.
How big did you print them? Like picture size? Like
8 by
4 by
10,
6
yeah.
or? Oh, 8 by 10s. Okay.
For all of them, yeah, all of them are
Okay.
by 10s. I'm going to send you a photo. I would share it, but I'm sure there's going to be something that's proprietary and not allowed to share and all that
Probably.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll share it with just you. Why is Discord hanging?
Oh,
Jesus.
perfect. Yeah.
So, well, a whole wall of 42 memes, 10 by 4. And then the next picture is the balloons held in with his desk with a piece of cardboard to keep them all there.
Yeah.
I wish we had done more balloons. Like, if we could have filled it at the ceiling, that would have been nice, but it would have
That's when you just get the air tank and just like you sit there.
Well, we
so you don't
were
have
going to do
blow
that.
them. You don't have to blow them all by
We
hand
were going
or
to
by
do that.
mouth.
We didn't blow them by hand. We had a pump. We had those pump ones that you get at
So
dollar
you
store.
did blow them by hand.
Well, by hand, yes, not by mouth.
Okay.
We're blowing them up, and I'm like, man, we should just fill these with baby powder. So when he pops them to clean them up in his office,
They blow
my
everywhere.
manager didn't like that idea very much. He's like, well, he laughed, and then he said, that's probably too far. I'm like, I know.
One step too far. Yeah.
Maybe we just fill one of them with baby powder. I said, fine, hot sauce. You want to do baby powder? Let's do hot sauce. No. we'll see how this works out tomorrow. But none of us are going to be there. He usually gets there before us, so we're not going to see his
He'll be
reaction.
cleaning it up before, yeah.
But the HR lady whose office is right next to his is very curious what his response will be. She wanted us to set up a camera, and we're just like, that's not a problem. Like, we can't really set up cameras in the office. It's literally a rule.
Yeah.
Have you read the rules?
Just a local recording, just right at his door. That's it.
Yeah. We might have to ask the security guy or the facilities guy for a copy of the footage afterward.
Hey, follow him in here.
Yeah. I almost set up one of my dash cams in his office. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we will hear about the reaction next month.
Yeah, you'll hear I'm looking for a new job.
Deny.
Yeah. No. We also set up a Raspberry Pi with the memes all on a TV in our office so that we can have the memes on cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Perfect.
that Raspberry Pi has property of Derek on it, so.
You were just integral. You weren't, the
Exactly.
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't the instigator. I guarantee that was Rob, my coworker that I've worked with at 3 jobs now.
Yeah. Actually, I got that email for the what's it called? The earbuds, the Bluetooth earbuds.
Oh, you did?
So I was dealing with that. The person running that is like really, like,
Oh yeah.
on the ball about, hey, you got to make sure you can do your
step by step. Make sure you follow the steps. Yep.
Yeah. I didn't actually have any reviews on my Amazon account, so they wanted to make sure I could leave a review before they would send me anything. So
yeah, I think it's more believable if you do reviews on other things first too.
So makes
That's
sense.
funny. I generally review things every once in a while, but
I don't normally review things. Not usually.
I do when it's a good experience or a bad experience usually. But
Well, that's usually most people review things when it's bad, right?
on Amazon, I've tried to do more, like just review everything that I have something to say about, good or bad.
How in depth do you go though?
I've done
Like, are you
ones where
doing-
I've taken pictures. I've never done a video yet, but I've definitely taken pictures
Okay.
more than a couple times.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious with these ones. Like, do they want you to give them? Obviously they want you to give them a 5-star review. Everybody does.
Yeah, but I've not given it before.
Okay.
I think as long as you're not like really slamming it, they wouldn't care. And even if you do, I don't know if they're gonna care.
Yeah, true. So, anyways, they're decent. The ones I'm using.
Yeah,
They just sent me. They're like, buy this one.
it was the one I told you about, right? The same one I've got.
Yep, those ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're decent.
Yeah.
The-
My mom got them as well, but she bought the wrong pair at first.
Oh,
So she did an Amazon return of that and then did these.
yeah, they're good. The touch controls are a little iffy. I can't quite get them to work.
Yeah, it's like a deliberate pause kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you have to press the right spot as well.
yeah.
Yeah, I find that
But-
with all of them. I've had a pair from them that weren't touch. They were a button, but that's honestly really uncomfortable in your ear.
I don't mind the button too bad, depending on how hard it is to push.
That's the thing, is the ones I have, it's not easy to push.
Yeah. So
But I'd rather a button so you can use them in the rain, shower, whatever, with water. Like
yeah.
they're partly water resistant, so
Yeah, we know how that worked out last time, don't we, Jared?
yeah.
Well, we did so my Sonys that I had that I put to the wash, they had a button on them as well. And well, they have a button. And so you can, but it's a very easy click. Like I can just almost hit it with my shoulder
Oh, okay.
and it's just like the whole thing's a button. So you just tap it and it goes.
Gotcha.
So, I did buy another pair of the Sony ones as well.
Did
So now
you?
I
Okay.
did. They went down on sale. They were like $80. So I'm like, I really like them and they're really comfy and they sound really good. So I'm like, I'll do it, I guess. But now I've got like these two. So I've been using the free ones. I've been using those ones at work. I use them at work today. So, and they worked out well. They're comfortable, at least. So,
It's good.
did they give you more options, or did they just send you a product? Now this one. Now this one.
Usually it's one or two products. That's it.
Okay.
My mom actually bought the watch through them as well. They have a smartwatch, an Android smartwatch,
Okay.
and it's like regular, I don't remember, regular $70 or something like that, and they give you $48 off or something. So she paid like $30 or $20 for it.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly the numbers, but I got the exact same offer, but she took them up on it, and it actually seems like decent.
Like decent. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, seems like it's good. It's good company. I mean, maybe my opinion of like how good they are is being influenced the fact that it's free. Like I didn't
Possibly.
pay.
Yeah.
But I honestly, if I'd spent what I spent on them, I don't think I would be disappointed. I was always very wary though, because it's a brand I've never heard of, and they kind of look super generic, but
Yeah. Yep.
they were okay.
Definitely. I have had 4 pairs. I think 5, 6, 7 pairs. I think that one. I don't recognize that one. Did I send those? No. Picture's wrong. Either way, 6 pairs. I think 6 pairs from them.
Oh wow. How often do you get them?
It's sporadic. Well,
Oh, you just get like an email saying, "Get these ones now."
20. So 2023, 2022, 2022, 2021. I'm trying to search based on what name it is. 2020, 2020. The first pair of 2020. It looks to me like they took an old ad and changed the picture, or the picture's not showing up right. But anyway, so 2 pairs in 2020, 2 pairs in 2021. No, 3 pairs in 2021, and 2 pairs in 2020. No, 1 pair in 2023. Nope, that's 2022 as well.
Wow.
Okay, this is not making 2020. I see
There's
3
a lot
pairs
of
in 2021.
Just say 21, 22, or 23. There's too many 2020s.
So 2 in 2020. 2 in 2021. I'm trying to search based on the name, but their company name changed in the middle of it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Branding. Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, several pairs, all freeze.
Well, it would have been nice. So we did before I got them, which would have been nice, before I even bought my other Bluetooth, re-bought my Sony ones, I would have been nice because I took the family to Toronto, and it would have been nice to have Bluetooth earbuds there. But unfortunately didn't have it. But anyways, Toronto, my wife was she signed up for the Toronto Marathon, the Toronto Run, whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
But she didn't do the marathon. She did the half marathon, which is still way more than I can run. Yeah.
Yeah. It's too much.
But she's been training for a while, so we did she wanted to do the go up the day before, so we don't have to fight traffic the morning of.
Yeah.
Especially Toronto traffic. My what do you call it? My interaction with the Toronto Run has always been, I'm trying to get downtown to a game swap that happens on the same day, and I can't get through because all the roads are closed. It's happened multiple times, and this is that run. And things didn't change much for this one, even though I was there for the run. Anyways, we went up the day before. Ever since last year when I took my kids to the aquarium, I think we talked about that on this podcast.
Yeah.
But it's right underneath the CN Tower. And ever since then, they've been asking, when are we going to go up the CN Tower? When are we going to go up the CN Tower? So we didn't tell them where we were going, but then we just drove to Toronto, and then we came out, we're going up the CN Tower. And they were like, what? CN Tower, what? So we took them up to the top of CN Tower.
We should do that sometime.
Have you not taken the kids yet?
I'm not taking them, no.
No.
We took Sean, but he was really young.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember if he was there.
We wanted to wait until at least the youngest was a little bit older. I mean, he's only 3. He's still not going to remember anything, but
yeah,
at least we have pictures of him up there. So
my daughter remembers stuff from when she did preschool. She remembers 1 or 2 things from that. I forget what it was. She got stickers, and she remembers them like it was yesterday. But everything else from that time frame, she doesn't really remember.
Huh. Strange how that works, eh? So,
yeah.
Anyways, it was a good lesson in patience, because there was a line. You have to wait in line. And the kids are just like, why aren't we going up the tower? I'm like, we have to wait in line. Patience, patience. I kept saying that word every day. And finally, even my youngest was saying to the oldest, you have to be patient. You have to be patient. Because,
Yeah.
but
That's when he
it could
starts
have,
yelling at that you need to be worried.
yeah. It could have been a lot worse, though. I think we went on a good day because, well, the Blue Jays weren't in town. So we were able to like park right downtown, right beside it, move around and not have giant crowds. There was a lineup to get in there, but it wasn't that bad. You mostly just have a lineup for the elevator to get up.
You don't want to take the stairs?
Thought about it.
Well, that line will make you think about it.
Yeah, I know. All the lines where they like go back and forth, like it doubles back on itself. None of that was in play. It was literally just walk through all the double backs, whatever it's called. So even some of the areas where you want to like stop and kind of see, because they make it like a display, like an exhibit on the way to the elevator, so you can see the history, you can read the stuff. There's videos. They have a Lego CN Tower that's like really cool. Yeah, we just didn't have time to like sit there and watch all of it or see all of it, because when the line moved, it moved quick, so you would jump a full display.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it was cool. So you can go up to like the big round area, but then you can go up to higher, even to like the skybox, which is a little bit of a smaller circle.
Yeah.
And it's an extra $10 per person to go up that high. So we were like, well, we're not going to come up here for like another like 10 years maybe. So
I believe I was higher than that.
I don't think you can go higher than that.
You can when your uncle works there.
Okay.
I did take your kids to work day in grade 9. My uncle took me there. And my dad's like, my job's not very interesting. Go with your uncle. So we went to the CN Tower and worked on the TV transmitters in the tower.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That would be cool. So, the glass floor that's there, you can walk on the glass floor.
Yep.
Couldn't see anything underneath. They're doing construction underneath. So, but you can walk on the floor, you just can't see anything below it. So,
Wah, wah.
wah, wah. A little bit of a
What's the
disappointment.
point? What's
I
the
know,
point?
but we didn't know that until we got in there, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
That's how they get you.
that's how they get you. I don't know if I should admit this on a podcast. I did a bit of a security breach.
Oh God, what did you do?
Well, in my mind, I always forget. I'm like, yeah, these places have security. Like, you have to go through a security check to get into these places, which I don't think about. But I always have my pocket knife on me.
Oh, okay.
So in my head, I'm just like, and I got this as a Christmas present, so I don't want to like lose it.
Yeah.
So I had to find a way to sneak it inside, and I did.
Could be worse. You could be like one of my customers who flew from the United States and then got here and realized he had bullets in his pocket.
Oh, how did that go?
Went fine. Nobody noticed until he got here.
And then security didn't care?
Nobody noticed.
Nobody
Should that be
noticed.
worrisome? Yeah. There were like 3 bullets in his pocket.
Random.
Yeah. Well, he said he was at the gun range before he left.
So we would have like gunpowder residue on them that they also swab for, right?
I don't think they do that.
They don't do that anymore?
I
They
don't
used
know.
to.
I don't know. I don't go to the airport. I don't go to airports.
I'm pretty
I
sure
have
they
been-
swab for gunpowder.
Since 2019, I went to Chicago, and before that, it was my wedding. No, I did go for work.
That was that private jet though.
Well, there was the private jet. There's one after that, too. I went for work to Germany.
Okay. So, anyways, we did the 2012. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did the CN Tower. Then we went to the hotel overnight. My parents also came. The rooms that we could get were only like a single bed, like a queen
Okay.
or a king. I think it was a queen. No, it must have been a king. And then we requested a cot in. So my parents and I were like rooms right across from each other, or right beside each other.
Yeah.
No door connecting the two. So we asked for a cot in each room so that the kids would have somewhere to sleep,
Yeah.
essentially. Well, when we get there, no cots
Oh, good.
were there. There's a couch, which I was going to put one of the kids on, but that ended in tears because they couldn't imagine having to sleep on the couch. They're just like, no, I can't sleep on the couch. It's too hard. It's not. Anyways, I was just like, it's a couch. When I was a kid, you slept where you could. You didn't cry about it. You just. Anyways, so one kid slept on the cot and one slept between my wife and I. And I would wake up every half an hour to like reach over because he likes to roll towards my wife, so I'd have to reach over and pull him over to my side because I wanted her to sleep, but she wasn't sleeping.
Not that she hadn't a run to do or anything.
I know
something that requires a lot of sleep
energy and stuff. So.
Yeah.
And then my dad and I went down to the hotel bar actually, which is something I've never done before. I've always considered doing it, but it's hard to justify it. Anyways, we were just there and I was like, hey, Dad, let's go down to the bar. So we actually went down to the bar and had a drink. I don't think I've talked like with my dad like that probably in like 10 years. Like just a sit down and like heart to heart was good. But yeah, we didn't like get drunk or anything, but we were there past close. They shut down the area and we were still sitting there. So we kept having the manager walk by, giving us a side eye, waiting for us to leave. But eventually we went up. It was like 12:30 or 1 o'clock or something like that. So yeah, then I had to go up and pull the kid over every half an hour. So I didn't sleep very well. My wife didn't sleep very well.
All around a good time.
All around a good time. And we got up early to get out of the hotel. We didn't have to check out that early, but we wanted to get my wife to the start line in time. And I figured by the time we do the start line, I think we had to be out by 11:30 or something like that. So by the time we got up, we just packed up, checked out, got to the car, and I realized I forgot my wallet and my sunglasses and my phone charger. So I was like, where is this stuff? So I had to run back inside. We're running late to get to the start line, by the way. So I did my marathon in the morning. I just ran from the parking lot all the way back to the front desk. I'm like, hi, it's me. I just checked out. I forgot my whatever. They had to make me a new key. Then I had to get another the elevator, the slowest elevator ever, all the way upstairs to like the 19th floor, which the kids love, by the way, because they could see out and they could walk out in the balcony and just look outside.
Yeah.
And that was cool. Anyways, then run back, get in the car, fight traffic all the way to the start line. And we actually managed to park. I managed to park like less than 100 meters away from the start line, just like free parking on the side of the road, which is unheard of for me in Toronto.
Yeah.
I think because it was a Sunday, like I went to go and pay and I was trying to get a ticket and some guy just got out of the car. He's like, hey man, it's free parking on Sundays or whatever. It's like, oh, sweet. I'm like, but why am I the only one here? Right? Like you would think this busy Toronto Marathon weekend, everyone would be parked here. Why is no one parked here? He's like, I don't know. I was like, so if I park,
you didn't see.
I know. I'm not going to get a ticket if I park here. No. Yeah, I'm not going to get like towed. No. I'm like, okay. So anyways, get my wife to the starting line. Meanwhile, I'm like, I can at least look over and see the car from the start line, so I could see if someone was going to ticket it or if it was going to get towed, and it never did, thankfully. So yeah, she did the run. She did it really quick. So the plan was for us to drop her off, go and have breakfast, and then go down to the finish line. Right? By the time she started, and then we got to the car, and I drove to the McDonald's by the hotel so I could meet my parents for breakfast. By the time we did that, got breakfast, and we're leaving, she was like halfway to 3/4 done. And I was like, we're not going to make it to the finish line in time. I'm like, this is crazy. How like either her time is really good or I just lost track of time. I don't really know. Anyways,
do a full marathon next time.
Well, we told her, okay, turn around and run back to the start. It's the only place we could find parking. So, anyways, yep, got down, and then the same thing, Toronto Marathon screws Josh over again. I cannot get to the finish line. I was there. in time, but they had roads closed and I couldn't get across to the other side to pick her up. So I did this loop around like 2 or 3 times trying to find a different exit. And it's right on Lakeshore, right? So there's no way you're running into the lake. Yeah. And if they shut down Lakeshore, you can't get across at any point. So it was like, I did the loop 3 times trying to find a way, couldn't find a way. We ended up actually seeing her run past us again, and she saw us. And like the how lucky you have to be to meet up at that specific point where we were on the road for not that long. But anyway, so it was like, hi, good luck, congratulations.
Slow down a little so I have time to park.
Yeah, there was no time to park. So anyways, I got stuck in traffic. I had to get back on the highway, try to go across, then come back down the other side. But it was just all gridlocked at that point. Couldn't do it. Thankfully, I don't know how my parents got to where they got, but they got to a spot where she could walk to them to get back in. But apparently the whole thing was so disorganized. Like people were just grabbing boxes of stuff at the end, taking metals they shouldn't have been taking.
Oh, wow. Taking
supplies. Like it just was not organized. She actually got an email, like an apology email, saying we're sorry that it was so badly disorganized.
Oh my God.
And apparently they even closed down a road they weren't supposed to close. And that could have also been part of it. So
only the best.
Only the best. But yeah. Anyways, then we went for lunch after that and then drove home. But anyways, her time, she did, was it half marathon is like what, 21 kilometers I think it is? Because I think a full is like 42. Quick Google search.
It's 21 kilometers.
Okay, I was right.
13.1 miles.
Anyway, she did it in less than 2.5 hours, which is good. Which she was hoping for 2.5, and I think she did it in 2:23 or something like that. So 7 minutes faster than she wanted.
I have no idea what that means, but
it's a really good pace.
What's a good time? What's average half marathon time in the UK by gender is what this thing says. For males, half marathon average finish time is 1 hour 55 minutes. For females, average is 2:20 or 2:11.
Okay.
Sorry, what did you say she got? I don't remember.
2:23, I think she did.
Okay.
Which, I mean, for her, and she's never run that far before. She's done, like, I think she did like 14 or 16 at once, but she's like never done a full.
4 hours for me.
Yeah, I'd be laying on the road 5K into it. I would never do it. Or just walk.
I wouldn't even finish, yes.
There was some people near the finish line we saw collapse, so I mean, hope everybody was okay. But it was funny seeing an ambulance trying to get out of this, or trying to get in and get out, and it was just like,
nice.
And they're literally driving on, like where the runners were. The runners had to move over so they let the ambulance in and out. So nuts. And some people are running with like full packs, like a backpack full of stuff, or their clothes, or costumes. It's
put a bike on your back so you can get home when you're done.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
And e-bikes, so you don't have to work as hard.
There you go.
Yeah.
Carry batteries. That's a good idea.
Make it worth it. So, yeah, that was the big event. So
fun.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything like that.
No. Oh, speaking of take your kid to work day that you mentioned.
Yeah.
I had a take your dad to work day.
Oh, interesting.
So my son's teacher actually asked me. She saw me a while. I was dropping him off late one day for like morning care, and I was like in a rush, and all of a sudden his teacher wants to talk to me. I'm like, oh, I don't have time for this. I need to. Yeah, what do they do? Here we go. Anyway, she's just like, we always see you in like your high visibility stuff. Like, what do you do for your job? And I was like, okay, well, I drive a truck and blah, blah, blah. She's like, do you want to come and talk to the kids about what you do? I was like, I'm not that interesting, but I could bring a truck. They're perfect. They'll love that.
Doesn't have a horn.
So yeah, I got to do a like take your kids to work day.
What's it called? They used to have a name.
No,
for
sorry,
that thing.
take your dad to work day, whatever it's called.
Take your dad to school. So it's like a show and tell, but for showing your parents.
I guess.
They have it like a career day is what they used to call it, right? Like that's what movies call it anyway.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you.
Like, wasn't that a thing on Kindergarten Cop? No, they didn't bring things in. There's been several movies where the parent comes in and they show what they do and then they embarrass their kid or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what movies now.
That would do it. This is going to dox where I work, but who cares?
Career day in movies.
I'm just gonna do it quick here. There you go. There's me showing my truck to the kids.
Couldn't have just censored out the logos first.
It's a Twitter.
Great podcasting.
It's a Twitter post. It's a Twitter poll, man. So there you go. Everyone's seen it. Good audio format. What was really funny was, so I did this. They're like, okay, you're gonna have 52. It's 2 groups, so 15 minutes each. When I get there, it's everybody. So now I'm not doing 2 15s. I'm doing 130. If that makes sense. A 30-minute presentation rather than 2 15-minute presentations.
Okay.
So I'm just like, so now I got to stretch this out even longer. So the teacher comes out. She's like, "Hi, this is Josh. This is, so-and-so's dad. This is what he does. He's going to explain what he does for a job. Then he's going to show us how the truck works. And then we'll do some questions and stuff after." Mm-hmm. So I did my little presentation where I lied to a bunch of kids to tell them how eco-friendly we are, but we're not at all, and no garbage company ever is. And if any garbage company tells you they are eco-friendly, they are liars. Don't believe them. Anyways, so lied to a bunch of...
You're perpetuating the lies, what you're saying. I'm
perpetuating the lie. Well, because I have to inspire the younger generation and not continue what we're doing. Anyways, went through a presentation, which wasn't that long. It was maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And I just kind of went over there. Okay, this is why we do this. We have to know what we're doing. And so right away, I'm just like, okay, I got to stretch this. Let's just go right into some questions. Anybody got any questions? First hand goes up. Yes. I don't know any of the kids' names. I'm like, what's your name? Which I should know their names because I'm there enough, like in the mornings and after school, to see the kids. And my son talks about them all the time. Which, by the way, when they first opened the doors, I backed in. My son, I told him I was coming to see him at school. He's like, "What do you mean? You always come to my school and pick me up." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm coming earlier to pick me up. Why are you coming to pick me up?" I'm like, No. I'm going to come and bring my truck. Why are you going to pick...
older son?
Yeah, my older son. My youngest isn't in school. He's just like, "Why are you going to pick me up in your truck?" And I'm like, "I'm not pick..." Anyways, I just gave up trying to explain it to him. Anyways, so he saw me backing in. I backed into the playground. The door opens for them to come out. He's the first one out. Daddy. Comes and give me a hug before any of the teachers come out. There's like 20 kids behind him following. They all see him give me a hug. So they think, oh, this is how we have to greet this guy. So all of a sudden I've got 20 kids lining up and they're all giving me hugs. I'm just like, I don't know if I should be doing this. Like, I just keep my hands up here. Thank you. They all pat you on the head. Yeah, good to see you.
That's hilarious. Anyways.
So then they're crawling over the truck. I'm like, all right, we can't touch the truck. It's dirty. Like, there's grease and stuff. Anyways, go sit on the rocks. So got them there. Then I did my presentation. Okay, questions. And I thought I kept it pretty simple, right? But I have to remember these are kindergartners, and I wasn't quite sure what I was expecting. So first hand goes up. Yes, what's your question? And the kindergartners do this thing where they say, okay, we have questions, raise your hand. And then when you pick them, then they have to think of a question to ask you. They haven't thought of it yet. They're just putting their hand up to say. They just want to put their hand up to be, yeah, they just want to put their hand. So, okay, yes, what's your question? And then 2 seconds of, why is your bin red?
Company cars.
company colors. I'm like, it was red so that I know that it's my bin and no one else takes it. Yeah, and I can find it easily. Right? Try to dumb it down. Okay, move on. Next question. Oh yeah, so what's your question? Why isn't your truck blue?
Ooh. Great question. Same answer.
Same answer. But yeah, it was fun. Some kids asked like good questions, like so I took them a crane bin, so one that gets picked up by a crane. So it has like plaques on it that shows like minimum cable strength that has to be used for this bin, things like that, weight limits. And someone asked, okay, what is that tag for? So I could explain that. It's very fun, very interesting to see like the range of kids and their questions. Like some are asking very intelligent and some are just, why, what color is that? So, and then I have a Ninja Turtle hanging in my, I don't have a rear view mirror, but the equivalent of my rear view mirror.
Yeah.
So I have Donatello hanging from there. And so one kid saw it. He's like, what is that? And I said, oh, it's Donatello. He's a Ninja Turtle. I love Ninja Turtles. How many of you like Ninja Turtles? A million hands went up. They're all like, I like Ninja Turtles. My favorite. I'm like, okay, we can't talk about Ninja Turtles. Like, we'll be here all day talking. Every kid wants to talk about Ninja Turtles.
That's funny. Surprised Ninja Turtles are still popular with that age.
Still.
Sometimes I think that I expose my kid to things that other kids aren't exposed to. Mario, Ninja Turtles, Sonic, all that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
But no, they're still out there. Yeah. Then they did a walk around of the truck, and then some of the kids wanted to see inside. I wasn't going to let them all sit in the truck because that's just way too many kids.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll just open the door and you can like climb up on the 2 steps and look in. I figured that would be a better compromise. But next thing you know, there's just a lineup of kids who just want to, a whole lineup of kids just waiting to look in this truck. Half of them, I don't think they realized you were supposed to look in the truck because they would just climb the step and then turn around and jump down. Mm-hmm. Like they just thought this is what you were doing now.
So fun climbing up the truck. Yeah. It's a jungle gym.
And I had to help, like, I will say 2 out of 3 kids, I had to lift them up to the step because this first step is like at their chest height.
Yeah.
So they're just like, you can see them just struggling, trying to climb up. It's like they're Mount Everest and they're just, yeah. It was quite entertaining. But I'm just like, I guess I'm lifting these children up.
Right? Teacher's not doing anything. They're just getting the time off right now.
They're just all hanging out over there at the playground. So I'm like, okay, well, this is how it's going to be. So... And then then they all went in and I got back in and blew my air horn and drove away.
Perfect.
I was going to let the teacher blow the air horn, but they started taking the kids in before all the kids were finished looking at the truck. So it's like, okay, you're done looking at the truck, back inside. Get them out of here. So, have you done a career day?
I've never done a career day, no.
I feel like you would be
cool
good
to take a drone in.
Yeah, I was like, you would be cool because you got the cool tech dad, right? So
my old jobs were not interesting though.
No.
IT. Customer support for a web development program. And
perfect.
Customer support for BlackBerry. Right?
I listen to people complain on the phone and I try to fix their problems.
Yay. Do any of you have computer problems? Teacher's hand goes straight up.
I can't fix your broken family.
I do have a t-shirt that says, I won't fix your computer. No, I won't fix your computer.
But you will fix mine.
Maybe. Just your arcade machine, if we ever get around to it.
One day. I've just been dealing with it as is. So I'm like, don't push these 2 buttons at the same time. Well, does that do it for an episode?
I think so. I got nothing else.
Nothing else. Well, thank you everybody for listening. We'll see you next episode after Barrie Game Exchange. We'll have another recap of the Barrie Game Exchange.
With guests?
I don't know about guests, but we'll see. Depends on how much I sell.
Things.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be good. Thank you everyone. And we'll see you in July for Canada Day. Get your tattoos.
Temporary.
We're not gonna make mention that we're starting a new one. We're just gonna
Oh,
go
not?
in.
Okay.
No. I just want to I want to do the cut, and we'll see if anyone notices that we're wearing different clothes, and then you have a different haircut, or my background has changed.
That would be funny.